How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day, boys. Today we got even more 5v5 1v1 duels on the ready. How y'all doing? Welcome back. Hope everybody is having a wonderful, beautiful evening, boys. How's everybody doing tonight? You ready for more 5v5 1v1 duels? Today is NA. Sensei's already putting a group together. That's pretty awesome, and already in Legacy Raids. That's sweet. Vendors, we got Susie, we got Silver. How y'all doing? Welcome back. Do we need me to make a second group, or did somebody already start one already? Let me know, boys. But yo, that first song, by the way, that we just listened to, that was kind of a banger. I kind of like that a lot. Let me get the music back up and running here, boys, and then we'll jump on and try to see if we can host. Oh, I like this one too for some reason. We can try to see if we can host a second group real quickly. Shouldn't take us much, especially if we get some of the regular boys. I'm sure my man Night King would want to get in here, slam it out of the way, and my man Seabark want to pop out before their classes get there. Dude, them class nerds, upcoming class nerds are actually kind of crazy. Like, that's gonna be like pretty impactful, huh? Death Knights and mages in particular. I'm glad they're buffing Frost Mage, but that arcane mage change, man, I want to see what Seabark says about it. It's mostly talents, but like all those talents have to do with barrage ability. I wonder if they'll have to pivot to like a different playstyle, like a missile heavy playstyle, or something else entirely. From DK, dude, yesterday, Jesus was doing a pretty good job surviving. You know, I didn't think that Knights were like overpowered or anything, but he did have some moments where it's just like he's taking big hits and he's just death striking right through it. And I found it kind of cool to watch, but I never got to see like, yeah, the buff from Frostbite. So they're nerfing the glacial spike damage in PvP. They're nerfing that one PvP talent that causes icicles, which also buffs the glacial spike, as well as frostbolt crits by 20%. But they're buffing ice lands to compensate, and they're making snowdrift ability, the one that has like this AoE stun effect. It's instant to proc instead of having to cast it, and has a shorter cooldown so you can use it more often. So it's like a buff, but like I don't really know for PvP content only cred. You don't really PvP that much, but it's pretty good, I think, overall. Like that's snowdrift to set up a stun and the shatter combos. That's gonna be very, very strong. No matter how you size it, that's gonna be really, really good. What's up, my man? What's up, Nikolai? I do, my man. Hope you having good on my guy. Yo, let me know if we got some groups ready. If we got a 5-man already, I'm logging on the character first up for the day. Nick already got 5. Let's go. I'll see if we can post a second group together, Nick. Unless Lav got one. Let me know, boys. What's up, Patrick? I do, my man. It's that moment of you doing 160k DPS affliction, but demons better than plus because bosses. I don't know, man. I feel like once we get like actual M pluses out of the way, like I think there's gonna be more class. Boris starting to come. Let's go, Boris! Hey, how you doing, my guy? Welcome, welcome. Lath wants to invite me. Lath, Boris started a group already apparently. I don't know if he has this in LFG or not, but he does have a group. Tell me I can actually go to Valdraken on this guy, yeah? Tell me I can go to Valdraken. Maybe. Do I need to do a quest line on this guy before I can see the boat? Is that what I gotta do? I think that's, I literally gotta do the quest line on this guy to even see the boat. Let me go do that real quickly while we're getting groups together. I don't see it, since it has 5 already. Yeah. Where is your group listed, by the way, Boris? Is your group listed in Legacy Raids? Boris, it's another G if anyone wants in. Legacy Raids? Raids Legacy? Or custom PvP? I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna figure it out because Boris, I know he's pretty good. I'd love to see my man in here. Are you playing Rogue, Boris, or what are we on right now? If you list it in Raids Legacy, you can get some of the Alliance boys in your team as well. I can join group and help you guys set it up if you want me to. Yeah, I can make it easier for you, Boris. Like if you're just like, you know what, Dal, just get in here, do it really quickly so I don't have to worry about it at all. It'll take me like 2 seconds. Okay. Last, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna see if I can join you. Request to join group. You pass me lead and I'll make one really, really quickly. We'll do it like that. I'll try to see if I can get this guy to Valdraken while I'm at it. I'll be doing some questing, light questing. We just list the group. We're gonna start it here. 5v5 1v1 duels. Last, I'll have it released in just a second. I know I just saw you for a minute there, but we'll just put it in multi-core here. Here we go. If you guys want to join us, LG, Same spot, same place. Should be able to find us over in LG. I usually do mine for Molten Core. We got Lath in here. Let's go. A Lath's Alliance, so that's perfect. And we gotta get Onomasa in here and we'll be good to go. Onomasa boys, it will be good. How y'all doing, by the way? Hope everyone's having a good one. You scared me. I forgot I was waiting for last year. We went to shower and suddenly someone started talking about living room. Started to pepper some with a towel. Oh man, you know I'm like a, I'm a rogue in game and I'm a rogue IRL. Just somebody stuck into my house. I was just Dalaran. Hey my guy, I hope you're having a good one. Hey, you were ready for some duels, Alexander? Sorry for spooking you, man. It's got a rogue is back and it got a different name. Did it say really? Okay, sounds good. If you guys want to join the second group, we got ourselves here at Molten Core, 5V5 1v1 DUELS. They need a +1 and they'll be good to go. Check out LFG, check out the Raids Legacy section, and that is how you join in. Today are NA duels, so if you're NA, Alliance or Horde, you're more than welcome to, man. You're more than welcome to join. If you're EU, you're more than welcome to watch. But today, participating are going to be the NA boys until we get like some kind of like a big 10.1 update and all of us hop on PTR and then we can have EU versus NA. That could be really fun, but until then, it's going to be region based. You know what? I'm not a big fan of that song. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the guitar. Maybe it's just how hard they strum the hell out of that thing. But wait. Okay. While we're in raid, I can't do a quest. So let me take it off of raid for a second while we're waiting for +1. I'm just trying to turn these quests in just so I can see the airship. I just want to go to the Jazzes, man. One day I'll be able to join the duels and get right geared up for PvP for now. Hey, PvP gearing is really easy. So yeah, go for it. Get yourself a little bit of honor to get a couple of those ability tokens from world quests. And like, gearing for PvP right now is the best it's been ever. Because you just get a full set of honor gear and you're good. You're done. It's so good. And we got the boat. I'm not even gonna finish up the quest, man. I'm just gonna go. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. I don't actually need to be here. I'll get on my dragon and I'll just dragonfly all the way to Thaldraszus. I gotta get this guy, this character, a real like commentator mog, like I have one in EU. Zero, I gotta get Zero in here, man. He's setting up first, but Spart, I'll definitely get you in here as well. Zero goes, got you in here, my guy. Is she gonna be able to live this? 73 health? I mean, if you want to do it, do I pass it? Who is which one of you is, who is Boris again? I'm bad with names. I know Boris, but like Boris is TM. Okay, TM Demoniac. Okay, I can make you lead. Here we go. This guy is 60. Oh, is he? Oh. Pass lead again. I can get Spart in here. I didn't notice. That's my fault, man. Zara goes in here. I think that guy was literally trying to join us for a Molten Core. I think level 60. I didn't realize it was level 60, man. Oh, show the screen. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize it. Sorry, boys. You guys, next time I do something super like that, yell at me. Yell at me. I literally was flying around the entire time. I am so sorry. I had no idea. My chat was covering like all over the stream. Sorry, Zaragos. I gotta remove ya. But I can get Spartan here. Rock rings? Yep. Got one a bit ago. The proc rings are huge. They've got them working too. Spart, let's get you in here, my guy! Just checking, Spart, are you 70? Are you actually 70? I got you in, my man. Let me see if I can just get myself all the dude, the fact that you just get the glyphs on your main and you're all can unlock them immediately for going to the new zone. Why weren't we funding this? Like this right here is like, oh my god, you know how they were like, oh, Shadowland's gonna be very all friendly. It wasn't really. And they were like, all right guys, we really listened, we're hearing the feedback. And then we're like, yeah right, you guys are Blizzard, you guys don't listen to feedback ever. And it's like, Douglas. Wait, I can't fly normally. Oh my god, it's gonna be weird. But it's like, Douglas, look at this. They literally let you just access it from your screen. You don't even go talk to a guy. They're changing, man. I love this change. This new Blizzard. Popping off. Okay, I'm gonna need to go give these keybinds somewhere. This is gonna be really difficult to fly. Woo. Okay, maybe I should put it in like a R. Shift R, T, Shift T. That could work, right? Yeah, that can kind of work okay. You know what? Let's just put this on R. Swap these. Hey, Dala, DK screwed after the nerfs. You know what? We'll get my man Chopaz in here. He'll let you boys know how it is. He'll tell you how it's looking. You know what I mean? He will tell you how it's looking so far. I trust his judgment. He's not super happy about it, but give it a second. Give some time to process. Let it mull over a little bit, and I'm sure he'll have it figured out. You want to come finish because you're passing by me? I'm just trying to go to Thaldraszus in general, Boris. I'm just trying to hang out in the capital city. I want to see if I can buy myself like a full like commentator mug while I'm hanging out here. I just want to hang out where everybody else is at. That's literally all I want to do, is just chill where literally everybody is. You know what I mean? I don't like being out there in Orbos by myself. I was in Orbos when everybody were out here, but now like I'm by myself, man. I'm just by myself. Also, there's some people on the Drakes, and oh my god, I love the fact that we have like a town square right now. This place is so good. I had so many of you guys message me like, man, I kind of like Thaldraszus the way it's like layered out, like the way that it's set up. A lot of people seem to enjoy it, and I love it myself too, man. It looks great. And the vistas, the mountains in the distance, oh my god, it looks so good. Alrighty, boys, I'm gonna make a lead. Let me delist you too, just so you don't have to worry about it. Here we go. Promote to raid lead. Ready. Nick, hopefully you're ready as well. We got Big Mojo in the group. Let's go, boys. Yo, Nick, let me know if you're ready right now. Is it easy getting rings? No, well, it was, but they made it a little bit harder. You basically, to get the rings tame, you go to Combat Assembly. It's going to be kind of, I don't have the map, but it's like right here. And it's like you go there and you fight these dragon dudes that elites, but as you kill them, you get this like orb that's basically Torghast powers, but like a lighter version. And while you're in the zone, you get to use its Torghast like events. Just join a pre-made, run in, slay everything, loot it for rewards. It took us 30 minutes. I think they nerfed it since the war grind a little bit, but it shouldn't take that much. I don't imagine there's that much. Like, I think people are using one of the powers to get like giga boosted with a ramp, and then we're just able to blaze through it in like 5 minutes. For us, it took 30. We weren't doing anything cheesy. So it probably they're trying to like, okay, we don't want you to get it down to 5 minutes, like at least put like some effort into it. But I have no idea how badly they nerfed it. Yeah, I've done in 64 to 20 minutes professional, by the way. That's pretty good. Hey, I need to do that myself. I maxed out 6 professional today, easy peasy. Let's go. Wilson map is really fun. That's fun as long as you actually have someone to explode it on. Otherwise, it just kills ya. Let me see, Nick. Where are you? Hey, ready 5, Casper? Need more people? I'm sure we will have people asking listing groups back up soon. Is my settings all good? I feel like I always mess up my settings one way or another. Almost always. Auto detect. No, I needed to do not auto detect. Why did that change? Second? Hopefully it doesn't freeze like it did that one time on stream. Like permanently freeze. I killed myself with a dumbass. It's all good. How long did you grind? Did you do the grind recently? Like a couple of days ago? Or are you still doing the grind right now? Like, let me know how fast it's going, because I remember doing my homies with the guildies, and for us it took like 30-40 minutes maybe. It was not long at all, and then you just buy the rings. And you can only wear one of them though. There's like a damage ring, there's a shieldy ring, there's a healer ring. I may have to restart the game. I finished a couple of days ago. Okay, yeah, so you were doing it when everybody else were doing it. Now I have 10% CC reduction, so I'm no longer orc of Pedera for life. Dude, yeah, dude, honestly, double trinket and not having to be an orc. Oh, it's so good. I did it for 3 hours, still need another hour. Really? So it looks like maybe they've made it pretty grind. Wait, were you doing solo? Because if you're doing a pre-made and you're just going in, blasting everything, grouping them up, nuking it down, and you have busted powers, it takes away very quickly. Halfway to rank 4? Okay, wait, halfway to high? Is that what you're saying? Because you started like low, medium, and high. I'm gonna have to relaunch the game. Looks like it froze, chat. I think it actually froze. I just got into a Jura span. It's not that far, I'm level 69. That's pretty good, Patrick. Let's go. I'm in a group, but it's crowded. Also, the opposite faction is locked, can't tag. So the other faction can tag it, I believe. Or should be able to tag it. But maybe I'm wrong on that one, actually. Could be that I'm wrong on that one. Oh, no wonder it froze, because it was doing like a monitor capture, not game capture. That's why. It's like, it's a lot, basically it's if I do OBS and monitor capture, it's a lot more resource intensive for everything. But if you just do game capture, it just only captures the game instead of the background on my monitor, the background on my PC, because basically I have to capture all of it and then layer on each other, and that causes Watch to do some weird stuff. Yeah, let me relaunch the game really quickly. Yeah, sorry for holding you guys up. I'm not trying to hold you guys up on purpose. Sorry for holding you boys up. Let me just kill WoW real quickly, launch it back up. I'll get you guys into the game. It'll be good to go. Yeah. Another group is crowded up. Yeah, there's a lot of people in there. Like, if you turn on war mode, maybe you could find like a phasing where there isn't an opposite faction there. But yeah, right now it's pretty crowded. But when we did it, it was pretty fresh. Not a lot of people were there. There were like maybe 1 or 2 groups. But like, for the most part, we could go in, slam this set of enemies, walk over here, slam this other set of enemies, walk in here, slam, and by the time we're done with that one, the first set to respawn, and there'll be like one guy maybe killing some mobs on the corner somewhere, but not really like regularly or anything. But first tune took an hour. Yeah, so now I guess it's gonna be down to like join a group and just, I guess, don't plan it for it to be like a grind that you can do in a single day. It might be like a grind you may have to do like commit a whole week for, but just be aware, just be ready for it, is I guess what I'm trying to say. Alrighty, boys. Invite spectator match Boris and Nick 5 the Grand. I think we'll be good to go, boys. Get in here, man. I also gotta go and change the appearance of this character if I can. Let me know if I need to requeue. Maybe one of you guys was an LG. Whisper me if you needed something. And I got 25. Why do I have 25,000 gold on this thing, by the way? I want to see if I can buy myself like tuxedo armor. You know what I mean? Just like cosmetic stuff. Can I get some cosmetic stuff? Festival dress. Oh, we'll look pretty with that. Oh yeah, that would be super cosmetic. Where's the shirts that you can get? Isn't like I gotta get a set amount of pants and then a shirt after? Also, some of this stuff goes for a lot. What the? Nick, requeue. Okay. Let me requeue. Let me queue again. And now it should cancel out your guys' queue. And then when I requeue again, yeah, so now it should be kicking you guys out of the queue. And now we should be able to play. Maybe. Or not. Maybe not. Oh, here we go. John Wick. What's up, Sparticle? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good one. Miss, how you doing, my man? Go catch you at episode main. I think it may be a rogue. I do want to play Evoker. I want to get my Mythic Zeros done Evoker. I want to play Evoker at max level, see how it plays. But it's at this point very likely I'll be end up playing a rogue. Cran thinks it should be a rogue. I am trying to keep my mind open. I want to level more characters, man. I want to spend time leveling. I really want to make sure that I'm happy. I want to make sure I'm happy in Mythic Pluses. So far, I am impressed with Rogue. I am surprised how much I like Rogue. I'm actually impressed with the depth that or playstyles that Rogues get access to. I had no idea that they were going to be as good as they are, because, you know, in beta, you don't really see the final version of any of the builds. But now that we see, like, final builds, like, oh, so this playstyle I was messing around with before, that's a thing? They're actually going to keep it as a playstyle? And some have got improved, some have gotten a lot better, some got even more depth than before. So Rogue is looking pretty good. I mean, I was about to abandon my main, but, like, I've been playing this deck for a while. I was like, all right, I'm ready to give it up. Like, I'm ready. It's going to be bittersweet, but, like, I'm ready for something better. And they were like, wait, we just improved Rogue. I'm like, come on, Blizzard. So Twitch, you guys are making. I was already like accepted. Like, I am ready to move on. Because so many people are stuck on playing a main they're just so used to. I was like, I'm ready to move on. I'm like, nah, they ain't happening. Last work, we're gonna be first up, which is Powie. Trying to see if he can maybe go for some big damage. So he's gonna try to see if he can maximize that Evoker big one shot before the nerf it. Big LA Blast is Powie trying to make sure he doesn't get to go anywhere. Wall with the Shroud. Last worker is literally immune to all crowd control. The only thing he's not immune to is damage. Powie taking massive damage. Gonna be a trick and live with him to follow with Disintegrate. Does go for a quick win shear. Trying to see if he can just say, but it's survivable versus Last, who still got that mastery buff. The Dragon Rage is gone for the moment. Powie looking to get out of there, but once you get the Disintegrate popping on you, that's gonna be pretty rough. Trying to go for Living Flames on Powie. Mad damage. Powie could die right now. Any global takes him out. Last Walker trying to see if he can catch up to him. Doesn't get him rooted. Lasso, Trinket into Eternity Surge. Almost taking him out. Clawing him out. Doesn't get to do it. He does get to do it. Oh my god. Last Worker does end up taking him down with Sensei. Gonna be up next. Yesterday we saw a couple monks play. You were Night Elf? I'll appreciate that. That looks awesome. Night Elf monks instead of them human monks. I like that because you got the shadow melt that could give you like a little bit of an escape tool on top of it. That could be kind of nuts. But Sensei trying to see if he can find a good angle versus Lath. Monks are very, very cooldown related. So every time Sensei goes in fighting Lath, anytime he takes damage, he's most likely gonna have to rotate defensives and use mobility to escape whenever he doesn't have any. So for Lath Smoker, he needs to make sure he's playing up correctly here. Mobility is gonna be his huge, huge boon. So, gotta make sure he can chase after Sensei when he's running back to go for a bit of a reset, taking a bit of damage, not willing to burn a defensive, wants to use that mobility in order to keep himself alive. You have to use mobility of your own in order to catch up with that monk to be able to have any finishing power. But for Sensei, trying to see if he can lure Lath behind the pillar, waiting out for the Shroud, doesn't want to lock him down in a leg sweep just yet. While the Shroud is up, big Dragon's Rage, doesn't quite connect, big Shatter, but Sensei is going to use even more mobility to try to reposition, just trying to make sure he's keeping himself as afloat as possible, playing into that Soothe and Mist. Eventually, we'll have to commit some damage. Now that Lath no longer has a Shroud, he does have an immunity though, so if he can immune Sensei's burst at the apex of it, as is the most amount of damage happens, he could potentially counter it entirely. He's going to use mobility. Sensei trying to see if he can go for the Night Fade. Night Fade is weird though. Karma went to Sensei. Lath still goes for the Shatter. Eternity Surge versus Sensei is going to blast him out anyway. May have to pop some defenses. Going to be a big heal with an immunity. Got himself a little bit of a heal rolling in as well, with a wall on top of it. Sensei tried to see if he can maybe commit some cooldowns and just stay on top of Lath. Karma was used. Does have defuse in case things ever get bad. Into a quick interrupt onto the Evoker. Got himself a big mastery go. Maybe a root until Sensei doesn't quite connect. Trying to see maybe he can get himself a big setup. Next burst by Lath could be really, really big. Does he have a big go here? Sensei got himself some kind of an orb. I'm not really sure what that thing really does. In capital Lath will Lexif to follow. Does have a trick coming back up right now. Does get a trick and knock back onto Sensei. No longer has a mastery buff, but looking to go for a deep Dragon Rage onto Sensei. Sleepwalk to follow. Doesn't get the interrupt. Ooh, big kick by the monk. Finds himself the crit that he's looking for that entire time, and does end up locking out the Evoker long enough in order to give himself that big kick. Why are you Night Fade, by the way? Does Night Fade do a lot of damage? I've noticed a lot more monks are playing Night Fade. It is really, really weird. I've never seen it before. I guess I'm so used to the Night Fade ability from Shadowlands for monks, but maybe for Windwalker it's like a viable, good ability. Maybe it does something good. Maybe it preps some damage. In Capital Spart, Sensei trying to see if he can waddle over next to him. Does not have Elixir for a while, so Spart is actually kind of clean. He's trying to see if he can maybe rotate some damage towards Sensei. Gonna be a big Night Fade. Spart kind of low on health. Is gonna have himself the ult time in order to put himself back into a dominant position. Sensei utilizing mobility in order to back up out of there. But Spart, I think, trying to see if he can get himself some charges of missiles. Build up a little bit of that, what is it called? Clear casting. So you can maybe get some damage rolling over Sensei. Quick breath into a polymer. If that breath poly, it's almost so close to just like breaking apart from each other. Just for that double trick and PvP combo. But it still does give you enough of time to actually land the full CC chain. Lex Sweep is expected for a blink out of Spart. Does have a roll in order to get back to him. Big blast wave to knock the monk back with a poly right after while Spart is on the move. Got the barrages. Just trying to see if he can control Sensei as best as possible. Sensei got himself a big old arcane orb. I don't even know what that thing does. Is that the shield? Did you get yourself the ring with a shield? No way. Is that what that is? I think that's what it might be. We're going to be shout him out for a second as he's trying to go for that Kyrian Radiant Spark. Sensei got himself big hammers, big hammers, big fist hammers, blasted out. Gonna be big damage on Sensei though. Is forced to use a Karma Cloak, not Cloak of Shadows, Poly by Spart. Why am I naming all the wrong abilities all of a sudden? Poly by Spart, just trying to see if he can maybe get himself a little bit of food while controlling Sensei. Does himself a big go right now versus the monk. Potentially could get himself a fantastic go. I don't know what he's, it's hard to tell because I don't know what the arcane power ability is because it's Arcane Surge now. It's an actual spell. I don't know what the cooldown is. Trying to go for an interrupt. Spart does not let him get an interrupt off. Still needs to do something in order to get the Sensei off of his back. Does have to go for the Ice Bug before the monk takes him down with a touch of death. And Spart at least gets himself a bit of a reset. While Sensei looking for a reset of his own, just trying to catch up with a bit of healing. Ring of Peace, trying to see if he can control Spart ahead of time. Quick interrupt onto the arcane. Knock back with a blast wave, but I think Spart, rolling back over to him, does end up going for a big kick to take him down. DJ Flag's going to be joining in the 5v5 1v1 duels. I missed you, bud. How you been, by the way? Dropping in traps. As Sensei does get himself a shield from a new cheesy ring. I guess that shield is really, really good from the ring, huh? I usually use a damage one, but I guess people are going to start using the shield one for a bit. I do wonder if they'll nerf those for PvP. I kind of hope they do because it would be kind of weird. Like, oh, you want a PvP? Well, you gotta do this rep grind in order to be competitive. Big spins by Sensen, trying to see if he can maybe fight off DJ, but it's gonna be maybe a bit of self-heal. Maybe that's what he does with the Night Fae. Maybe he does a little bit of self-heal as well. Freeze onto the freezer trap, kill shot. Oh, DJ Flex just chasing down after the monk, not letting him go anywhere, laying down the traps, making sure he doesn't even find refuge behind any pillar. Lazy gonna be up next, trying to see if he can maybe go for some big damage. Immediate turtle shell for DJ. I think did not expect the big burst off the bat by Lazy. He does have Incarnation, which is actually weird that you run Incarnation. I'm not used to Feral running Incarnation anymore. Do you have that Incarnation talent where you could just randomly proc Incarn? Because that could be kind of good. But Lazy is playing for a pretty big burst build. Lots of bleeds by the looks of it. DJ, I believe he's playing coordinated assault. I think most of our hunters right now are just coordinated. Big maim onto the hunter. Trying to see if he can bite him down into a second stun right after. Lazy just being relentless, not letting the hunter go anywhere at all. I think it was a quick clean off of the bleeds for a second. Freezer trap for Lazy. DJ does at least put down a side on Lazy. Wants to make sure he knows where he's at, but doesn't actually want to fight him just yet. Sending up an explosive shot. That's going to do a bit of damage. The pet is going to attack him as well, trying to see if he can put a moonfire as well as a little beast on the pet. Eventually, the pet is going to be going down. DJ using that warlock port in order to try to see if he can reposition, but that may just end you right there. Does DJ Flex have anything left right now? Needs to remove these dots immediately, but looks like Lazy is going to go into the full Incarnation, blasting out damage into the hunter, just trying to see if he can commit some big shreds and big bites back to back. Now, Sunny is up next as a Demonology Warlock with a Nether Portal. I do wonder why Warlocks play Nether Portal, actually. Is it just like... I've seen a lot more Warlocks play Nether Portal, Demonology specifically. Is it just have so many talent points you just don't really want to put them into anything else? Or maybe the Nether Portal pets are actually kind of effective. Maim onto the Sunny. Lazy trying to go for a bit of self-healing. That pets are actually just obliterating you. The team and Doggers together with the Wraith Guard. It looked like actually Lazy was the one getting an opener into the Sunny, but all the Sunny had to do is let the dogs out, and they're just chasing after the cat here. My goodness, the Sunny's just chilling behind the pillar, letting the pets do work. I mean, he just doesn't even have to do anything. Wait, Lazy, dampening is super high. You may have to get aggressive here. The Wrathguard is back there, getting bled up. Big stun into Lazy. Imps coming around the corner. There's no way the Wrathguard is going to kill you, right? You should have enough regrowths and rejuves and everything. The Sunny just doesn't want to go in there, though. He's just waiting out. Demon Dog is getting sent in. I think he knows he just needs to wait out long enough. Lazy, trying to see if he can go for a stun. Maybe get away from all the pets and just back away. But these Demon Doggers, dude, every time they get a bite off, there's a chance there's going to be a big bite. A big dread bite that's going to do quite a bit of damage. You're kind of just like, you got to go. You have to get in there. You don't have much healing at the moment. The Sunny is just going to pressure you with the pets alone. Demonology Warlocks are kind of nuts, actually. Oh my goodness. Yesterday they were pretty crazy. Like we had a two-man army between, it wasn't DJ Flex. It was, oh man, both of their names are in Russian. I'm going to, Yasya and, the other one I'm forgetting. Who is it? I'm sure I'll randomly remember while we're doing these duels. But it's a two-man army of Demonology Warlocks. That's actually nutty. Lazy still trying to see if he can maybe fight through this demonic army. The next set of Demon Doggers could be very, very deadly. Still trying to see if he can avoid it. Demon Doggers are in. The Tyrant, Felguard is in. And the Sunny just summons up a Tyrant, the Tyrant could probably buff up the pets enough, and maybe Lazy could be going down. Trying to see if he can avoid the pets, but also just fight the Warlock by himself, putting up some bleeds, but that's going to be main for a stun. Big spin by the main Felguard pet. Lazy, how do you come out of the top of this one? I think he's trying to see if he can maybe bleed up the Sunny and just let those dogs do work, but that Demon Doggers are just going to be brutal to wall this off. I feel like you just got to go at some point, man. Try to see if you can go for a stun, but looking for survivability, there's no way. He got cursed. He even got hit with a curse. I think maybe denying crits. I mean, eventually you're going to die to the Felguard, I imagine, yeah? 10 minutes. Lazy. Oh my god. A lot of you guys are going to definitely have to change. Like, I know Lazy is going to go back to what a lot of you guys in duels do, which is like trying to see if you can play for that survivability, but with the dampening changes, you guys are going to have to change your whole tune entirely. You're going to have to be like Fang, who's just going in, big damage. He's seeing that he's fighting into a Warlock, but used to just use his cards right, needs to play his cooldowns properly. Try to see if he can maximize some damage to Sunny with a wall. Try to see if he can go for a full Tyrant, maybe go for a hand to go down. Did he get himself a portal? He does get himself a portal, but Fang is going to stay on him, trying to see if he can focus in on the Warlock. He did summon in a Pit Lord at the last second there. But Fang had to go focusing in on the Warlock, just maximize damage, trading cooldowns for cooldowns, defensives for offensives, and staying on target. You won't be able to play for as long of like a healer game as much anymore. You have to get aggressive at some point. Fang trying to see if he can just deny TM Demoniac the bleed playstyle. Trying to see if he can stay on him as best as he can. Recover as much health as possible with whatever dampening he's going to allow for you. But he needs to start making damage. Start breaking into the armor of Demoniac. Start breaking into the health bar little by little. Quick blind by the Rogue. Fang does pop in a defensive stance. Switch into a defensive stance before the Rogue has to go at you is not a bad idea. The eyes are both up, so Fang could potentially run to one of the eyeballs, but it's going to be finished up by the Rogue. Trying to see if he can go for some damage. Sepsis, everything, all the poisons, all the dots are right. Stormbolt, Fang trying to see if he can stay aggressive here. Got him so big auto attack buff. And also, no longer reducing his damage by 20%. He said, you know what, I may want to just stay in doing big damage to Demonic, but the bleeds, I think I'm going to take him out. Not much you can really do once the death mark, once all the bleeds are in. Blood Dagger trying to see if he can AoE Demonic out. Looks like the advantage was actually keeping him stealth for quite a while, but does get himself a smoke bomb. Blood Dagger is just charging at him, but does want to make sure he gets himself a proper stealthy opener. Picking up the eye, wants to make sure he can see the other Rogue as soon as he approaches. He wants to disrupt his opener. Maybe even Shadow Step Mark for Death on him. Maybe a dance? I don't even know what kind of spec you are. I imagine not subtlety. Sap by Demoniac, taking the time, just got him some quick Shadow Step, but he does around the bend, does get himself a proper opener, so if he plays his cards right, he could be okay. He no longer has a trinket, no longer get evasion, no longer a cloak. I thought maybe he would go for like a bleed build, kidney shot, go road, reset, let the dots gonna tick out onto blood. But I guess blood could just trinket, have a big go, if he could just load up Demonic full of dots. As long as he's more of a bleed build rather than a poison build, then the cloak shouldn't be able to stop you at all. So maybe for Demoniac, it might be better just to play it a little bit safe. 1 minute left on that. Oh no, he shot himself into a kidney shot. That's super unfortunate. Blood Dagger making sure to just maximize the output. There's going to be Cloaker Shadows for Demoniac. Perfect Cloaker Shadows as the Sepsis comes out though. But I think he's still bleeding out profusely. That could just be into him with an evasion, but Blood Dagger, not much you can do. That's a rough one. I feel like that's where you just had to get in there as soon as you could. That step into kidney shot though, that's a very, very unfortunate one. Let's get another one going, boys. Yeah, I enjoyed that one. First one for the day. Let's get anyone up and running. I expected PvP nerf to that ring. Yeah, me too, Miss Still. Just because like they've been doing a pretty good job of nerfing stuff that's like non-PvP related. So like imagine like, oh, you have to grind this hours and hours of rep in order to be competitive in arena. Yeah, that's gonna be immediately nerfed. Because the shield is like 50k, right? Which isn't like a big number, but like compared to your health bar when you have 200,000 health, that's a good like what, a sixth of your health. That seems like a lot. Like if it was only like, I don't know, 2% of your health, okay, it's a little shield that procs once in a blue moon. I'm okay with that. But like a sixth of your health, it's like, well, it's almost like you have more gear than everybody else in a way in terms of survivability. Nick and Boris, let me know if your teams are ready or if you guys need help getting more boys in here. What's up, dear Odie? How you doing, beautiful? Hope you're having a good one. How you doing, fam? DF NA 1. Let's see. Still ready? 5. Let's go, boys. What arena do I want to throw you guys into? This time, not in the grand. This time we're gonna do Blade's Edge. Blade's Edge may be a bad idea with all these monks. I feel like that's gonna give him, and the Warlock. I feel like that may give him a lot of mobility. I like Blade's Edge because I like the arena generally, and I like the environment that the arena offers. You know, just the scenery. But it may not be a great arena with all these monks and with the Warlocks. But we'll still give it a go. We may just do it once tonight. Just get my work to 70 healing dungeons, dude. It's pro easy. Outlaw just sucks, sadly. I've been playing a little bit of Outlaw. I feel like it can do pretty well. Like, I think you have to change the way that you play. A lot of people are playing into like a PvE Outlaw with the World of Bones build, keep it rolling build. And I think that's the wrong approach. I think you play the ambush build where you ambush this hit for 40k. Or you pistol shots hit for 50k. I feel like you play less for a finisher but more for a builder playstyle. Yeah. Like, it's going to be hard to tell like which rogue spec is going to be the best. Assassin should get a lot of bleeds. Subtlety probably got a big one-shot setup, which I'm going to be checking out probably later tonight. But Outlaw Rogue got the ambushes that can hit for 40k and pistol shots hit for 50 to 60k. That's not a bad number. That's like if you lock him down a full stun, ambush, ambush, finisher, pistol shot, finisher, and you're ambushing, you're dead. Like it's a guaranteed kill. Jonathan, how you doing, my man? How you doing, my guy? Hey, don't worry about being late. Hey, thanks so much for the donut. I appreciate you, my guy. The Twitch. Can we get an hashtag Jonathan in chat? Thanks so much, man. I appreciate ya. Hey, hashtag Jonathan, my man. Thanks so much, my guy. Hatching Jonathan, boys. Here we go. Gotcha. Gonna be Powie. Wait, Powie Huey. I thought it was Powie Hee for a second. Versus Nasani. Nasani playing out into Affliction instead. Oh, played Demonology last game, but now gonna be Affliction. I like the variety. Powie is gonna take a little bit of damage. Powie is gonna go Owie in just a moment here. The dots are ramping up on him. Can remove the agonies for curse removals, but may still be in a tight spot. It's gonna be Nasani. Try to see if he can go for a port, but looks like the only thing you can break him out of that totem is going to be the gateway. Fear onto Powie. Got himself a bit of a drain. There's going to be a bit of recovery for Nasani, but also burst of damage towards Powie. Big sounds on Powie as they go in for. Oh no! The Dwarven Racial removed that Sable Affliction, but also silenced him and crit on them. And this is where Nasani just took the drain ability and just kept draining them. There's silence. The cannon struck with the wind shear. That's actually nutty. Nasani seeing the burst out of Sensei immediately goes for Trinket, trying to see if he can reposition. Full down to the Sensei. Wait, Sensei playing super defensive. Look at that shield shrink. Look at that shield ring, chat. Look at that shield. You think that's gonna get nerfed? I think that might get nerfed. I think that has the potential of getting nerfed for certain, but we'll see. Nasani tried to see if he can maybe get himself a better angle versus Sensei. Sensei went for a full recovery behind the pillar. He got dotted. He was like, I'm out. Maybe he expected some big damage out of Nasani. Maybe you saw the rampaging. 70k shield is possible. Yeah, that seems like a lot, WAP. Yeah. I mean, I don't blame you guys if you did get the ring. Like, you could use whatever you wanted in the duels. But damn, yeah, that ring. That's a weird one. That's also with 10% dampening already. Imagine that how that much that would heal without dampening either. Gonna be full dots for Nasani. So right on to Sensei. Does get himself a big shield. It's gonna be Shadow Melt trying to see if he can avoid the stun. Full dots reverse onto Nasani, but doesn't silence himself. Nasani with a Soul Rod needs to get all the dots back on the Sensei. BDB down for Sensei. Legs to follow. Does Nasani have any sort of ability? Dark Pack maybe enough to keep him alive. Got himself a port. Maybe can use mobility with the gateway. Try to go for drain while no interrupt is available for Sensei, or Sensei trying not to go for an interrupt just yet. There goes the big gateway. Karma for Sensei. Nasani has a wall in case they need to. Could potentially use wall. Is gonna ramp up his dots some more. Wall together with the drain. That's going to be Ring of Peace for Sensei, just trying to see if he can control Nasani as best as possible. Could potentially be a Dark Glare for Nasani, just to ramp up those dots. Dots of those dots ramped up. Yeah, Sensei got him some shields back to back. That shield is actually quite good. But that touch of death is going to end up taking you out. Man, so much of the dot damage absorbed in that ring shield. That's going to be nuts, and it's going to be kind of hard to deal with. Going to be Demoniac. Try to give Sensei as much of an honored duel as he can. But yeah, I think it's nuts. Link to the Rogue Image Sound Tree. I could probably give you a build that I've been running, Justin. Yeah, I can give you a build that I've been messing with. It could be pretty good. I've seen other out rogues like they got like Glad in the past, and BGs recently playing a very similar build. There's a lot of different playstyles everybody's trying, but there's a couple different variations to it right now. Sensei with a quick leg sweep, going to be a Trinket for Demoniac. Got him some big evasion. Looks like he wants to commit all the damage inside of the Death Mark versus Sensei. Big board by the Monk. Got himself plenty of mobility to get away from Demoniac. Shadow Step by the Rogue into Fist of Fury. Trying to see if he can control the Rogue's go by parrying them out with his fist. Into a Ring of Peace for after. Going to be Shadow Step by the Rogue. Having his second step makes it impossible for Sensei to really drop him off of his back. Going to be a quick Diffuse Magic. Does remove some of the some of the poison damage, but Demoniac can just reapply those poisons back up. The bleeds are still rotting Sensei down. I believe also a Battle Master Trinket was used, so eventually the Battle Master Trinket is going to fall off, and Sensei could be in a bad spot. Silence does get himself a Karma in the last second. Going to be Cloak of Shadows for TM Demoniac. Try to see if he can maximize damage. Blinded Sensei, unless Sensei has an out right here. I think Demoniac may just have him. He didn't put him in a sap or nothing. Smoke Bomb. Does he get a sap? Shadow Melt, gonna be a port. Wait, Sensei actually with that Shadow Melt port may have given himself an opportunity to like break away from the Rogue and get himself a bit of a reset. Sab, does Demonic have any cooldowns? This is a perfect opportunity to make a play. Kingsbane, Sepsis, oh, that's a lot of poison damage. You gotta have a way to clear it. Sensei might decide to go counter-aggressive here. He needs some healing. The shield pops on right at the right side, so you may be okay. Big damage on Demonic. Trying to see if he go for a big Fist of Fury. Not enough to take him down. Demonic does go for a fake death for just a second. Big jab of Sensei just boosts him over, just scoots him over to Demoniac down the ramp. It is going to have a couple of black eye kicks stored up. Rotating the big defenses, just trying to see if he can rotate defensives and stay aggressive versus the Rogue. Spard going to be up next. A bit of a rematch between him and the Monk, who did use the Wen. Did you use the Wen just now, randomly? Or did you use the Wen during, oh, that might have been a random proc as the Wen, actually, with Fist of Fury. That's what that might have been. Okay, there it is. How many shields is that? 3? Yeah, it's a lot of shields, but still. That's been a lot of shields. It looks like it has a proc chance. I think it probably has like a low proc chance, but it doesn't have like a proc per minute or anything. So it can technically proc like multiple times over. And sometimes it doesn't proc at all, maybe. Gonna be Sensei getting blasted out by a couple of missiles. Spart trying to go for a bit of a control setup with a poly. Does himself a big go here. Touches the magic on the Sensei. Could potentially have himself a big setup. Missiles. A Sensei trying to see if he can dip onto the bridge. Big barrages by Spart, but it's going to be a port by the Monk. Just trying to see if he can utilize the mobility in order to get for Spart. Was that double port? Or was that just a single port? I'm not even sure which one that was. Branded by Spart. Trying to establish control, but that's going to be a big bone dust brew by Sensei. Got him some massive jab, big crits versus Spart. Spart needs to find a way to get away from Sensei. Does have to go for the ice block. Did give himself a temporal break in that block to try to stay aggressive at 29% dampening. Trinket by Sensei, jabbing back over to Spart, trying to see if he can stay on top of the mage as best as possible. Big kicks to follow. Spart does go for a massive invis or a greater invis. Does give him that 60% damage reduction. Trying to go for big damage. Does he have the burst? Karma by Sensei? I don't know, Spart. This is what Spart has to play very, very defensive, but I think he may just die to the karma. Does get himself the ulti time to reposition and get an interrupt onto Sensei, but still needs to use the mobility in order to get out of there. He does recover a little bit of health, just a very, very sliver of health, maybe with Warlock Healthstone, but I think Sensei may just have him locked in here. Nova, last one. Sensei with a shadow meld. Can't even really stop him. Or it's going to be Arcane Orb. Sparta, no help whatsoever. Does give himself the smallest shield from a blink, but still in this such a dangerous situation. Maybe could sit down for some food, but if Sensei even walks over, even if he just sneezes in his direction, the guy could just fall over. It's going to be a board right on top of Spart. Oh my god, that board position was so good. In cap, I don't know if there's much you can do to outrun a Monk, especially with the plan ahead for you. Spart does break away with a breath for a second. Poly onto Sensei, trying to buy himself a little bit of time, maybe waiting for some cooldowns. Does not play the Night Fae ability, the shift in power, so you can't get any cooldown reduction. He does have breath, he does have a knockback. Ring a boopity bop is going to boop him back in. Does get some decent damage on the Sensei though. Sensei may have to go for some kind of defensive here. Eventually, the Monk will have to pop actual cooldowns. Big shield. Gonna be Radiant Spark for Spart. Shadow Meld for Sensei. Doesn't quite keep him in Shadow Meld though. It's gonna be still big damage on the Sensei. Does he go down? There's no way he goes down, right? Yeah, just jabs over to Spart, taking him down, putting the boy to sleep. That's so tough, man. That is so tough. The mobility is crazy. 5-6, that's a lot of shields though. It is a lot of shields. If you guys have the trinket, definitely get one yourself. That takes him... Another one right there, boys. Jesus Christ. The Monk breaking the game and actually to become an unkillable god thanks to a ring. I do want to know how much healing it did for him. I do want to know how much healing it did for him, though. I do want to see that. Big kill shot onto Sensei. Try to see if it can maybe back away from the Monkus. Fist of Fury. If GJ does walk into it, oh no! The big spear and strike. And was strike of the Windlord too. My goodness, the amount of damage Monk does is actually insane. Lathbroker trying to see if he can potentially fight through Sensei. Can he do it? Big mastery burst. Does he have the big go here? Shatter. Is that going to be a big setup? Eternity Surge. Does he have the big one shot right now? He got himself a big scales. Could potentially have himself a big go. Does he have it here? Lath trying to see if he can potentially avoid Sensei. No. Rude onto Sensei. He's going in for a jab. No longer he has himself the big burst available. Going to be yet another shatter, but a big defensive for Sensei. Got himself the dampen harm. Trying to reduce a lot of this damage with a big disintegrate versus the Monk. Is that shield going to be able to pop back up? Got him some mobility. Looking for a bit of recovery. May go for another port in case he needs to. Looks like he's not going to go for port. Oh, he does go for a port in the last second, but that's going to be still disintegrate on him. This is going to be Lath trying to see if he can blast him. Sensei does get him super low. Is that going to be it here? Almost got him low. Disintegrate. Oh, finally got the procs. No way. Lathbroker does do it. He does come out on top at the end of the day. Lazy goes in full incarn. Doesn't want to let Lathbroker out of his sight at all. Disintegrate by Lathbroker. Try to go for a little bit of self-heal. This side, depending on how much you can really do. Is he going to be trying to go for counter-aggressive versus Lazy? But yeah, this late into the game, you need some healing in order to survive it. Sensei, 3.3 million healing. I want to see, does anybody have details of that game? The details add-on. I want to see the screenshot of how much healing did that shield do for him. I am really interested. I am really interested, boys. My goodness. Let's get another go in here, yeah? If you guys need to set up some teams or swap some teams around, let me know. If you guys need me to join your group in order to help you form some teams, also let me know. I'll try to see if I can help out as best as I can. But yeah. Somebody give me details of that game, though. I do want to see how much damage that the shield absorbed. Okay. So we have the numbers here. So a lot of his healing is Vivify, which is an insta-cast heal. Then it's Expel Harm. Arcane Bubble is 16% of his healing. 230. So out of that 3.3 million healing, at least 500,000. 500,000 is that ring. My goodness. That's crazy. Wow. That's nuts for a PvE oriented trinket. I know. I'm glad that they have that ring, right? I'm glad they have the ring. I just hope they nerf it to the ground. You know? Like, they gotta, because it's like the whole point of like, oh, PvP gear. Well, oh, PvP. What do I need? PvP gear. Do you need PvE? No. Or at least not supposed to. Yeah, we'll see though. We'll see what they do. I do hope they'll have like a blue post, because they do have like, what, a big set of class changes. We'll see, boys. We'll just have to pay attention to it. But yeah, let me know if you guys like groups are ready, or if you need help putting groups together. Let me know, boys. Let me know. Where's my man Seavark? Where's Night King, by the way? How's Demon Hunter Tank? How's Tank Demon Hunter looking DF? I think they look pretty good. I think they look fantastic. Boris said, give me a second. It sound good, my man. Whatever you need to do. Whatever you want to do, my guy. Dalaran, is the Outlaw Rogue back in the arena? I think Outlaw Rogue is not getting as much play because subtlety and assassination. I think assassination is a very, very popular spec. The dots are looking really, really good. That being said, I think Outlaw has potential. I think Outlaw definitely has potential. At least that's how I view it. So in between of DK and Among, DK, any thoughts? DKs are getting nerfed a little bit for PvE, but they're looking pretty good overall though. Changing spec sounds good, Boris. Who needs one? Who's looking for a one? I'm trying to join. Nick and Boris, let me know if you guys are looking for more or if you guys are chilling. I think they're mostly chilling, but if you guys want to start another group, by the way, you're more than welcome to. If you want to start the group over in Dungeon Raids, Premier Groups, Raids Legacy. We do it for Raids Legacy so we can have Alliance and Horde join in using the cross-faction feature. So if you guys want to list a group, you can list it in the Raids Legacy section, and then you should be able to list up a group. Tell the chat boys in the chat that you got it going on. Owen Games too. Reverence, if you want to start a second group, or third group rather, I'm sure there'll be enough bodies in it to join in. Get ready to have another ring in Duels, Dal. I certainly hope not, Miss Child. I'll be very, very disappointed. Beautiful. Listen, come join. Let's go, boys. What is it, 5? I don't see the group. But I don't think I'll actually ever be able to see the group as this character. This character's like main official raid is still Shadowlands. So I don't know if I'll be able to see the... Oh, I do see him in Shadowlands for some reason. There it is. We got Reverence. He's a +1, boys. Let's go. Hey, yo. Hey. Let's go, boys. Get in here. Need a +1. We'll be good to go. No mas. I don't know if Nick still has a group. He hasn't messaged me at all. So maybe Nick is like done for the night. But if any of the boys in Nick's group, I don't know if they're still there or not. If Nick is gone, boys that were in Nick's group, you're more than welcome to join Reverence. If Nick is still around, let me know what's going on there, boys. I'll get you guys in here. But Boris is ready, looking for a team to fight. Reverence is the +1. Actually, no. Members of 5. It looks like Reverence is good. Hold on, is Reverence actually 5? I want to try to see if I can get Rev in here. I want to see if I can maybe get some bit of that variety. I want to see how Rev does on that demonology, because I actually got to join Rev. I was actually in that one world PvP group that you guys were doing like a blood tokens, and you got bounty on you, and you try to bait alliance in there. I was over there hanging out. I don't know if you noticed me or not. I was chill with you. What I was mostly doing, I was doing dogfights, man, up in the air. I was just like flying in. I see alliance, and swoop through him and just try to see if we can knock him down so people can pick him off. Devo, you don't like it? Oh no. Didn't the game die? Yeah, it died. It died in Cataclysm, it died in Mists of Pandaria, then it died in WoD for real, and then it died in Legion, then it died in Shadowlands, and it died in Battle for Azeroth, and then it died in Shadowlands again, and we went literally to the afterlife to bring it back, and now here we're Dragonflight with the dead game. Yes, it died like at least 8 times. I hope that at least they'll kill it off for the 9th time. I would like to get an expansion where it can die off again. You know what I mean? Jacob, someone threw it res. Yeah, do +1. Yeah, let's go, boys. Do you have a group reference, or you guys need more? Or are you ready? Reverence, are you guys ready? Hold on a second. Are you ready? Because I want to get you in. Otherwise, I got Nick over here. Knockout out of the sky. Dude, it's so good. I love it. And then you see people chasing each other, trying to knock each other out. Oh, it's so fun. I actually have such a good time with it. My God. So far, I've been kind of okay, but I haven't really got knocked off at all or anything like that. You know? That response is killing me. Dying laughing. Ready, bro? I said that. Okay, so the reason why I would get confused is because I usually wait until you guys whisper me in game on Real ID so I can put your names like out here. So that's the only way I can really track it. So yeah. I'm really bad with names, so but I think it's Reverence, right? And Boris 5 grand. I thought you guys back in the grand. Someone left? Oh no. Okay. I'll get Nick and Boris again. Unless you guys we were ready. Okay. I want to get you in here. I give you guys 30 seconds. Groups are listed in Raids Legacy. You guys are welcome to join in. There we go. You guys got one really quickly. There we go. That makes it so much easier for me to figure out. See where I join? Let's go. Let's go. Well, there guys back in the grand, and we'll get Team Reverence versus Nick right after. Nick, your team is going to be on standby. We'll get you guys in here as soon as we can, yeah? No worries, no biggie. Let me know if I need to requeue. Also, I love the PvP gearing, by the way. You get a full set of honor gear and you're done. My god, it's so good. Also, I've been liking doing the world PvP as well. Okay, let me know. I did list my bad. Okay, Reverence. Let's try this. Boris, Reverence, I'm gonna keep spam queuing you boys. Hopefully it'll work. If it doesn't work, we're just gonna keep doing it until it does. We brute force this. That's how we do with our duels. We keep trying it over and over until it just works. For some reason, it just works. Great, congratulations on the one wop. We got to see you work. Let's go. Better smoke home in this arena. After Mike's fiance ninja my comp, I'm good. Oh no. Don't take so long next to him, Dalal. I'll try Alan. I'll try my very best, man. I'll try to get more of these games in here because we had like 11 games last night with EU. I want to get NA that many games too, man. I'm down to complain if you guys are down to keep queuing. I am down, boys. We got like 2. We got to get at least 9 more. We got to match up to EU, man. Make everyone switch to Warlocks. Hey, I think Rev could do it. Rev Dog, I like that. Hell yeah. Switch. We got ourselves DJ Flex over for the team to add the radio on the survival. We got Last Evoker as the Evoker. I like that set. I like the way it looks. It looks great. We got us on the Sunny over on the Affliction Warlock this time, Sparticle on the Arcade, and Demonic on the Assassination Subtlety Rogue this time, actually. Versus Seavark over on that team 1. Oh! Night Elf? Oh, that looks so good. I like the casual, how good that looks. We got ourselves Panda. We got ourselves Pink T-Rex going back in. Rev Dog gonna be first up. Rev, literally a dog. No wonder that name. And we got Viserith as well. Evokers for both teams. Lav gonna be first up versus Revy. I gotta say Revy, Levy, Chevy at some point. It's gonna happen. Let's just get it out of our system. Gonna be last with a bit of a shroud. Got himself a bit of that immunity. Looks like he wants to maybe close the gap with Rev. Why he can't really stop him. Is playing into that succubus though. Could potentially pop a wall to make himself an interrupter. But honestly, wait, how? Huh? Hold on, did you just fear him? Just spam out a bunch of fears in order to get the shroud off? Because that shroud got blasted through very, very quickly. Big damage by Rev. Does he get himself a bounce of fell? Gonna get interrupted on fire. Still got the fears versus Laz. Just trying to see if he can control the Evoker as best as possible. Big eternity search for Laz. Trying to go for a big breath right on top of it. Doesn't quite connect. Actually, I think might have missed it. I think might have missed his big fire breath. It's gonna go for, I think tried to go for a self-heal, but ended up kind of cleaving onto everybody else. I don't think it was trying to actually cleave everybody on purpose or anything. Canceled by the Warlock, trying to go for a bit of a a felled bond onto Laz, but looks like Laz is gonna try to see if he can just fly out of there. Big immunity, Laz taking a bit of damage, walling this off, got himself Living Flame, cannot be interrupted and casted, but still, he's still vulnerable to CC. He doesn't have to worry about really getting interrupted to cast, honestly. Not against Rev, since he doesn't have an interrupt pet. But that CC with a Succubus and Mortal is arguably brutal. That Mortal no longer does enough CC for you to get a damage combo and then CC him after. You can't just Mortal damage interfere. You have to Mortal interfere immediately. That gap with the PvP trinket combo, I mean, that Mortal CC is just so small. Knock back into Rev as Last Evoker just trying to see if he can control him. Sleep before Rev could go for a big go. Does he get himself a big setup? Wall. Last Walker trying to go for a big firebreath. Does he get to? I don't even know if that firebreath connected properly. Fear onto the evoker. Hasn't stricken. Trying to avoid Rev as best as possible. Looking for a bit of a reheal. And Revy got himself maybe potentially a big Warlock Hellstone. Is going to go for the gateway. Got himself a bit of reflect. Last better be extra careful. Got himself a bit of extra healing. Soul Fire, can he interrupt it? Does get the interrupt. Cares about to follow. Does get himself the big deep breath. Rev could be in big trouble. Does the evoker get himself the big crit combo? He's looking for it. Trying to see if he can blast him out. Rev gets himself a massive heal. I think that goes a Warlock Soulstone as well as a Hellstone together. I think with a Soul Burn. He burned a Soul Shard. And it makes your next certain abilities increase in impact. So like your Hellstone becomes a lot more big and heal. And I think gives you like a all abilities heal for a while or something. Or increases all healing done for a little bit. So like all your passive healing gets absorbed shield. I believe that goes to, I need to go reference it again. I just know that basically that's where Warlocks use their Hellstone with Soul Burn. That's basically like their version of Lay Your Hands. Big Mastery by Last Evoker. Does Raph himself reflect? He may want to get a reflect before Evoker really goes in for big damage. Trying to see if he can blast him out with a smithereens with all the fire damage. Lath used to get himself some kind of CC, but does get him with a Succubus right after. Bonds of Ultrafalla. Casbolt right after. Maybe in a bit of trouble. Mastery Burst gone. Fear down away from the crystal. Does explode on him. Trying to go for a bit of recovery. We got himself plenty of mobility. Still looking to get himself up and running as we are finally getting into that higher dampening. Revy decided to go for instant cast around the corner, come flagging, trying to singe the wings of the Evoker. The Evoker trying to see if he can shatter Revy. Big Fire Breath. You can't really reflect the Fire Breath back in. The Chaos Bolt after that Fear with a stun. Another Chaos Bolt to follow. Got him some big incinerates right after. Lath could be in big trouble. Does go for immunity. Freezing himself in place for just a second. Freezing himself in time. Big Mortal Coil as Revy got himself a bit more damage towards Lath. The man could be going down here soon. Got himself a bit of that red Dragonflight recovery. Big deep breath into Disintegrate. Shields up for Rev, so he should be okay. Does get him with a Eternity Surge either way. This is where Lath trying to see if he can chase on top of him. May have to go for a bit of solid fuel right now. Why he's got that wall. Nullifying Shroud, so he's going to be immune to crowd control for a little bit. Rev is going to have to do something to break through a Shroud very, very quickly. He has to spam out CC to break through every single one of the charges of Shroud. That's going to be quite difficult. Does Raph have himself enough CC to control it? Does get a reflect towards Lath? Is he just going to have to wait out the Shroud? He may just have to wait out the Shroud. Fire Breath at full. Trying to see if he can maybe gateway out of there. This is where Lath just lets the Fire Breath go. The dot damage is going to do a bit towards Lev. Got to play himself plenty of mobility. Just trying to avoid the Evoker. Waiting out for the Shroud to drop. Then he's got Mortal Coils. Then he's got the Succubus CC. Then he's got the entire control. Getting locked out on the Casbolt. Trying to see if he can back up out of there for just a second. Lath looking for a bit of recovery. The Succubus could help him out a ton. There goes the Succubus CC. Does get hit with a bit of fire. Maybe a stun around the corner. Doesn't want to let him get a stun. There's going to be deep breaths to try to see if he can turn around to Rev. Got himself a shatter. But Lath could be in big trouble. Not a lot of health in the ready. Got himself a little bit of healing. But Rev is going to singe him down though. I think it was a conflag, right? That might have been a conflagration at the end. That was a rough one, man. The mobility of the Evoker versus the mobility of Warlock. Warlock's actually quite mobile. Normally, you think of him like a turret that stands on the ground, plants the field, and just fires off big bolts at you back to back. But no, Rev actually utilizes as much mobility as you can. Playing a more instant cast build helps you out a ton as well, just so you can go for instant cast while repositioning and utilizing that line of sight as best as possible. Now, Sunny is going to be up next versus Revy. Revy not switching out the pets. You could go for an interrupt pet. The Sunny got himself a pretty big shield. Just going to take a lot of this fire damage. Chaos Bolts right after. Could maybe interrupt it. Do they have a kick anymore? I think might have used a kick really, really early. Bonds of Fellows going to break it. They keep walking at Revy. Got himself fully dotted up. That's going to be Dark Glare. Everything Soul Rod around the corner. Rev does get attacked. That's going to be Fear putting him out in the open. Drained by the Sunny. Trying to see if we can drain big onto Rev. There goes the big Warlock. Soul Burn. Hellstone to recover. Into Succubus CC onto the Sunny. Does Raph have any big go? That's going to be a massive Incinerator around the corner. Big conflagrates. The Sunny could be in big trouble. Do they take him out here? The Reflect for Rev. Could potentially get himself some damage. Doesn't really go for a cast. He just kind of walks next to the Sunny. Instant cast as much as he can. Into an Incinerate, taking him out. Destro Warlock, boys. There it is. There it is. Last time we saw some Destro Warlocks play, I think it was Kreiser. He was playing like a, basically like a very, very sustainability, very, very survivability build where he just puts portals and runs the entire game and fears you and puts a dots in it and just kind of AFKs it to portals and back. GJ tried to see if he closed the gap together with Revy. Was that a spearhead? Are you going spearhead and coordinated? Big burst by DJ, actually getting some kill shots onto Revy. Revy trying to see if he can reposition away from DJ Flex. DJ may have to get hit by the succubus in order to slow him down. Stunner to Revy. Does give him so pretty big defensive with a wall on top of it. Big kill shots coming through for DJ. Trying to see if he can reconnect back with Revy. Welcome for the Mortal Strikes. Mortal Coil onto DJ. With the Chaos Bolt 1, Rev trying to go for a Bonzafel maybe, but that's going to be DJ with a big defensive. Rev definitely needs to get the Succubus CC in order to give himself a bit of a breather. Succubus trying to swing around the corner. DJ hanging out by a botting shot. Eventually, Rev is going to get close, so the Succubus could get close to that botting shot. Charge traps all over the place, so the only thing that can really do is the Succubus can maybe walk in there and attack DJ, but he's using a pet taunt, the main beast taunt, in order to taunt the Succubus, put in a worse position. Rev needs to make sure you got a good control of that Succubus to make sure that it's a second red target. Big explosion to Revy. Got him some Succubus C immediately. So far in the back of DJ with a shot of burn. Chaos Mode. Is that going to be enough? This is take him. Oh my god, this Gesture Warlock. This man is relentless. He's just going after these boys. Oh my goodness. And we were thinking that Gesture Warlock was going to be dead in the water of the Battle of the Expansion. Dark Pact, Mortal Coil into a Spart, does get hit with Touch of Magic, trying to see if he can mitigate the damage of Touch of Magic, but those missiles are just going to keep chasing after you. It's so difficult to hide from missiles. Definitely needs to go for that Succubus CC whenever you can. That Succubus needs to get a good angle, but Spart is making sure he's line sighting the Succubus while harassing Rev. Get him low enough, could be in the execute range, more missiles, Rev might just go down. I think he may be limited what he can really do. Try to get the Succubus over there. Is it going to be fast enough? Does get CC onto Spart. Is going to try to see if he can burn him, but I think it's over. Spart got a bunch of missiles. How are you still alive, Rev? What? How are you alive? You have like -1 health. He got to reflect in just a second. Got himself some shielding. Trying to go for the Succubus. Reflect up. Oh, but Spart went bowling for that man. He just went bowling and capped him in the shin. My god, Rev is insane. Vizareth is going to be up next. I like the name Vizareth, by the way. Nullifying Shroud, making sure the Arcane Mage, this Khadgar lookalike, can't really stop this full-on draconic being. I was gonna say draconic dragon, but it's like, I repeat myself. Big burst. Does he have the big setup? Trying to go for a big breath, but Spart actually did get full range away from the Evoker. Trying to go for a bit of a disintegrate. Insert turn to search. Insert from Spart. Does he get himself the proper go? He definitely needs to get himself some procs in here. Viscera's got a lot of damage already, but the man just needs himself a couple of more procs. Trying to go for Living Flame for self-heal. That's going to give him a lot of procs. Could go for big disintegrates. Can Spart somehow recover here? That is a full-on Evoker chasing after you. That could be a lot of damage if you're not careful. Got some mount up. Look to go for a knock-up on the Spart. Doesn't quite get it. Mobility for the Evoker. Looking to get CC on the Spart. Does himself a good go. Fire Breath, looks like he's going to maximize it. No, almost maximized it. Decided, you know what? Before that sleep breaks, I want to make sure to get some sort of CC. Eternity Surge for the Spart. Is it going to be enough though? Spart might have to ice block it. They're actually going to go for a bit of, oh, actually big damage. Missiles to fall up, blasted him through touch of the magic. Big execute. Spart does it. I'm checking him out. Spart turning it around. Are you kidding me? Panda for Life is going to be up next. I love the name Panda for Life. He's playing the syringe. I like the Mog too. Wow, that actually looks like proper Pandaren Monk. I like the cosplay. Got himself a big leg sweep onto Spart. Big knockback by the maze. That blast wave is just so surprising me every single time. The fact that Arcane Mage has a blast wave or can move while casting is insane. Even though move while casting seems more natural for Arcane than any other spec, honestly. Maybe like Shaman with lightning modes back in the day, if you remember those. Back in Cataclysm or Mop. Used to be a glyph. Cast lightning bolt on the move. It was so good. Oh my god. Or Warlocks for a little bit of Mop too. Now I'm thinking about it. Man. Look at the memory trip. Panda for Life does get himself some big cooldowns at the ready. He just got trying to find a way to use them. That's going to be Spart actually doing a bit of damage to Panda. Quick incap in order to stop some mages go. Does not have Alexia, but the quick breath is going to mean him. Spart no help whatsoever. Does have all the time in order to help him reposition and regain a bit of health. Big touch of the magic, doing a lot of damage to Panda. Got himself the big Night Fae ability. It's going to diffuse magic in order to remove the root off himself. Still trying to catch up to Spart. Big jab, but it's going to get knocked out in the open. Missiles for Spart trying to crack through the defenses. Panda does go for the, I think maybe the Battlemaster trinket. Potentially misses around the corner, just chipping away at him. Got himself a bit of that soothing miss with a bit of healing, but this dampening is so high up. I think honestly Spart sitting down for food probably gonna get a bit more value than Panda. I think that actually ends up being more heal per second, right? Maybe. Big barrages by Spart, trying to go for a blink away from Panda. Panda locking him in for just a second. Big ice block as he does get super low on health. And Panda looking to reposition and maybe catch up a little bit of healing. Does Spart break the ice block and go in? Because the healing he's getting is very minimal. Very, very minimal. At this point, like maybe use an ice buck for immunity just so you can reposition, reconnect, rejuvenate yourself for a second. And then get back in there, maybe better. Panda trying to go for some damage, but that's going to be polymorph out of part either way. Does get himself the full CC. It looks like he's just going to control Panda the entire burst. He got himself massive celerity. The damage is ready. Big arcade surge. Missiles to follow. Got himself touching magic. Big breath right after. No longer actually still has an interrupt. Maybe pretty bad for Panda. The way does he have himself an execute? Karma right now. Spartan's trying to wait it out. Does he take him out? Oh, touch of death. Panda was in the execute range for so long, but does end up surviving it barely. That's going to be demoniac, not letting him go anywhere. By the time Panda realized what's going on, by the time he realized he had a rogue slapping him on the back, it was over. My goodness. Is it going to be Pink T-Rex and X, potentially? As a survival hunter? Is it Seaver going to be up next? It looks like maybe Seaver is waiting for Pink. Potentially. Because demoniac got a full cooldown. He's already. He didn't have to commit much. That's a full sub-rogue. Looks like it's going to be my man Seaver getting in there. My God. He's trying to make sure demoniac, hey, get back over there behind the pillar. We're at 70% dampening. What are you doing? Get in stealth. Oh my goodness, Rev. I wonder if he'll get featured. I wonder if Rev will get featured, guys. Do you guys want Rev featured in chat? Right in chat right now. Yes or no? Do you want to see Rev featured this week in a 5v5 1v1 Duels video? I don't know why I give myself that voice. Big damage out of Seavark. Cloak of Shadows for Demoniac. Trying to figure out like if you should go behind the pillar, or if you should chase after Seavark. Looks like he's gonna stay aggressive. Shadow strikes back to back. Seavark does end up getting a juke out onto TM. Oh! What was that? What does that execute? Okay, so Sparta got an execute, and Seavark just came in. This is another execute. You guys are kidding me. You guys are insane. Also, Rev, what is that healing? That is nutty. My goodness. Let's get ourselves another one going, boys. Yeah! Look at ourselves this team with Seavark and Revy. Gotta get them in here versus, I think, gotta go Nick at this point, yeah? Gotta go Sensei. I think, yeah, I think, God, I was trying to figure out where the door was. This place, I swear to God, if this is gonna end up being like a maze. Let's get another going, boys, yeah? Uno mas, uno mas, uno mas. Get you boys all in here. DFNA 3. Rev, let me know when you're ready. He crit a 107 non-crit barrage. Yeah, the execute barrages are pretty strong. Execute barrage. This is why Blizzard is going after the execute barrages. Seavark, can you get us some insight? On the barrage change or on the arcade mage change? What are your thoughts? What does that look like? A homeless pirate. I mean, you figure out my cosplay here, my guy. I'm trying to look for a Kultiran. I had the Kultiran appearance. Doesn't that, aren't Kultirans literally all homeless pirates? They're literally at sea all the time, and they're basically as close to pirates as can be, but also live in shanties. I don't know if that's really a home. You know what I mean? So if you live in a shanty and you're out in sea all the time, I guess you are a homeless pirate. So my Borealis citizen cosplay is doing wonders. Thank you so much. I'm glad you appreciate it. I'm glad I was able to pull it off, honestly. I'll join. Reverence, do you have a group, my guy? Everything going wrong today. My trick was in my keybinds. You're good, Boris. You're good. I saw you do some weird movement there. That's all right, my guy. Don't worry about it. Do you do a Kultiran cosplay? If I saw what I see, dude, I actually would do a Kultiran cosplay. I'd love to get like the full Kultiran attire. You know how like Kultirans have like a full like jacket, like the heritage armor, right? I would love to do that with the hat, the jacket, all those straps, the pistols in there. Oh, that will look good. That will look great. You basically have to go for like a Jack Sparrow cosplay, but like with a big old trench coat, and it's got to be blue-ish, right? Get them Alliance-y Kultiran-ish colors. That could work. That could actually work. Reverence, I'm gonna guess you're still ready. I have no idea if you are though. Are you ready? I'm actually asking real quickly if you are ready. Just to make sure. Just to make sure. Or if you guys are not ready, I'll get Boris in here instead. We are, but I want to kick Walker or not. Oh, is he? I mean... Is this guy being rude to everybody? I mean, you can swap him out if you guys wanted to. Yeah, who is the evoker? Give it up. Okay. Yeah, what does the evoker say to you guys? I actually don't want to know. Is it just trash talking? Let's get Nick and Reverence. Rook. This is Black Rook Hold. I like Black Rook Hold. That cosplay gotta do dances too. Oh yeah. Because the dance is not even like, I mean, the dance, like somebody, what is it? Somebody had like a YouTube video of the dance, or just some chubby guy by the pool just kind of hanging out, just vibing. I mean, that would be awesome, man. Honestly, if you're gonna go for a pirate look, then you could go look and start now if you want. Then you can go look around and start now if you want. Go for a pirate look. I mean, I wouldn't be against it entirely. Like, I need like a good occasion for it though, you know what I mean? What occasion would I have a random culture cosplay for? Like a full on, like, if I do it, I'd want to do it right. I'd want to do it like perfect. I wouldn't want to half-ass it. I'd want to get exactly every single piece, as let's say they have like on their heritage armor. Or if you guys figure out like a better setup, a better mog, like the maybe what would be cool is the rogue dungeon gear. You know the rogue leather dungeon gear from Freehold, the red and golden with the pop collar in the shoulder and all that. That will look cool. It got a hat and it's got like a bandana. That will look cool. Like get it a full one that exactly matches it. No half-ass, full ass. I'd do it. You know what I mean? I'd like to do something like that. That'd be cool. To Twitch. Let's get this a different song. Wait, we only got 4? Oh no! Visera gonna be first up versus Valrip. Trying to see if we can maybe take him down. Does Valrip become a Var-Rip? So Visera trying to see if we can root him down for a second. Big blasted through the Shield of Vengeance. Got himself nullified shroud with a deep breath. Valor may just have to bubble it. Might need to see if he can lock down the Evoker, but the Evoker got himself plenty of ability and plenty of survivability. Does he get to escape the Var? He doesn't get to escape him, but may want to close the gap. Var no longer has an immunity. That bubble was the only thing that was really holding him together. And while you got the shroud, there's really nothing that could really stop you. Got himself a big shatter onto Var, but can't quite catch up to the Paladin with the Hand of Freedom. Plenty of ability to stay away from the Evoker. Big procs by Viserys. Can't get interrupted though, and can't get crowd controlled. Got himself a defensive ahead of time, trying to make sure he doesn't get CC'd properly. Var definitely needs to get himself a stun or a blind or something on the Evoker. Trying to go for a bit of recovery. Eternity Surge could be really deadly. Trying to go for a bit of a Fire Breath. Instead, Disintegrate. Hand of Freedom keeping the Paladin running. But Viserys still has him on the ropes. Get the Paladin somehow turn around. Big Fire Breath. Does go for a rank 2. Stun onto Viserys. Is it going to be enough though? Does Var have enough damage? Needs to see if he can potentially one-shot the Evoker. Does he get to do it? The Evoker busting out of there with a wall. Got him some mobility. Looking for recovery. Var on his tail. But it's going to be a quick sleep. And Viserys looking for a bit of recovery of his own. Root onto Var. Does he have a Hand of Freedom to get out of there? It's already surge for the Evoker. Does Var have enough to take him down? Gonna be a quick intro, a big deep breath, but I think Var maybe did not get hit by the deep breath, unfortunately. Viserys with a quick immunity. I think tried to see if he could get away from a Hodge. I think was able to dodge a Hodge just now. Sleepwalk. Does he get interrupted? No interrupt. So Var could still be in a bit of trouble, but Viserys also could be in trouble. Trinket by the Paladin. Var just relentless charging out at him. Does he have any more crowd control at all? Viserys look like he made a full recovery. Trying to go for a big deep Fire Breath. Doesn't quite get to connect with Var, I don't think. I think there's still line of sight that stopped it. Disintegrator around the corner. Wall shatter. There's so much damage. Oh my god. That shatter into a disintegrate does quite a bit of damage. It definitely puts you on a little bit of on the edge of your seat a little bit. Like, I'm not sure how this is gonna go. Viserys try to see if we can get a better angle versus Var. Shatter, Disintegrate, Shield of Vengeance up, so the Paladin could potentially make someone work here. Still Disintegrate gonna be able to burn right through it. Does he have the damage? Big breath. Oh my god, just cleaving him with fire. Naughty is gonna be up next. Naughty Recon? Naughty? I'm just gonna call it Naughty. I don't even know. Viserys is gonna bust himself out of there. Hover for mobility, wall in order to harden his scales, in order to prepare himself for the burst stun by the Demon Hunter. Does he have no damage? Viserys does burn a trigger for this one. Got himself a little bit of a self-heal. Root onto Naughty. Try to see if he can back up out of there. This man is going to try to see if he can potentially go for a one-man army, 1v5. Big blaster by Viserys. Does he have himself a big go? Knocking the Demon Hunter back. Big shatter. Does he himself the massive setup? Trying to see if he can go for a bit of a reheal. Interrupted on the red, but he's still got blue. Magic could potentially make some big plays happen here. Gonna be a deep breath onto the Demon Hunter. Is it gonna be enough though? Viscera is still trying to see if he can go for survivability. Plenty of mobility. Mastery got used up, so you can't really go for much of a self-heal anymore. Or can't go for much of a burst, but can go for self-heal with those living flames. Naughty got himself to a demon soul that he was able to consume. Big cleave onto Viscera. Is it going to be enough right here? Just trying to see if he can survive. He doesn't maybe go for a sleep. He may just have to go for a sleep onto Naughty. Got himself what looks like a disoriented roar in order to increase the duration of the sleep. Try to go for full recovery. Immune to CC for a second. Will be not immune to interrupt, but still could maybe potentially use that immunity to CC. Immunity to stuns, immunity to slows, immunity to imprisons could potentially still be good. Naughty just trying to hold on to the demon as best as he can. This time Viscera trying to see if he can put pressure into the guy. Does he maybe get himself a big Dragon's Breath? Eternity Surge, Fire Breath, trying to see if he can maximize it. Slaying the demon, taking a bit of damage. Big Shatter, does he have enough damage here? Viscera could still be in trouble. Does get himself a wall. Big Sleep, maybe potentially Viscera trying to decide what he wants to do. He's gonna go for Deep Breath and just fly away from the Demon Hunter. Got him some mobility and looking for recovery behind that pillar. That mobility while being able to cast on a move, it is so good for evokers. Sleep onto Naughty. I was about to call it imprison for a second. Is it a disorient or is it an incapacitate the sleep? I actually do wonder. Big Fire Breath onto the Demon Hunter. Not enough to kill him. Does drop into darkness. As Viscera trying to see if he can back up out of there for a second. Big Disintegrate, knocking Naughty up in the air. There's going to be a stun to fall instead. Has an immunity in case he needs one. May need to go for an immunity in case he's in big trouble. That is a bronze spell, so if he gets dropped on like red, he could use the bronze spell immediately to get himself a bit of recovery. So you got so many different skills that cast green, or blue, bronze, black Dragonflight, and blue Dragonflight magic. And all of them are a separate school spell, which is crazy. It's actually just giving, like, basically you can't ever get interrupted. Big Mastery Burst, gonna be in prison. Trying to go for big damage anyway. Fire Breath, does he get himself a big go? I think might have actually missed Naughty for just a second. He's got himself a demon spawning in. Big stun onto Viscera. Trying to see if he can get the demon to explode next to Viscera if possible. Trying to knock the demon hunter back, but doesn't quite get to do so. Does end up slaying the demon. Could pick up the demon soul to get himself a bit more healing. Actually picked it up really early. Did burn a trinket here. Viscera, the bag behind the pillar, trying to use mobility in order to catch himself up a little bit of self-heal. Ended up cleaving the other boys just a little bit, but I think he meant to do so. Maybe a big shatter, disintegrate, slowing down Naughty by quite a bit. Trying to see if he can close that gap. Does not have the ability to stun Viscera at all. Living Flame for self-heal. Naughty CC'd, nothing you can do about this. Eternity Surge Raptor, still spawning in them demons. Oh my goodness, them demon spawns are insane. Big hunt by the demon. Viscera got himself plenty of survivability here. Wall, as well as a renewing flame in order to heal based on the damage it takes. With a little bit of that CC prevention with the Shroud into an immunity. Just try to see, make sure maybe he can survive the big go by Naughty. Maybe he could use that immunity, bait a big ability out of Naughty. Looking for a bit of recovery himself off of that sleep. Can he come out on top of this one? It seems like Evoker is having a bit of a hard time. Again, yet another demon spawning in. Man, for Naughty right now, he's getting so many demon procs. It's actually kind of insane. Slaying that demon, but does get hit with a disintegrate. That is going to slow him down quite a bit. With a full stun onto Viscera. Does he take him out right here? So far, he's just been trying to see if he can struggle versus the Evoker. Does interrupt him on the green spells. Does Viscera do anything here? Deep Breath. Actually doing some damage to Naughty with a Deep Breath. Got himself plenty of mobility. No hover at the moment. Got himself big damage at the red. He could go for big Fire Breath any moment though. That's going to be a stun. Another demon spawning in. For Viscera, this is going to be a really rough spot. Trying to go for fire at the end, but couldn't quite do it. Man, the amount of healing these boys got is going to be basically practically zero. For CyberPowerPC, who's a class that's not really super healer oriented, this could be advantageous potentially, but that was a long duel between the Evoker and the Demon Hunter, by the way. The procs of demons keeping Naughty alive, but also the Evoker using mobility and self-healing to keep himself alive. I mean, that worked wonders. CyberPowerPC try to use all his bursts while on the move. Big blaster onto Naughty. Does he maybe Shadow Meld? Trying to see if he can back up out of there. Big touch of the magic at the ready. Does put himself out in the open though. Oh my god, trying to see if he can hold. Oh! And CyberPowerPC just, as the Demon Hunter rushes over to him, just takes him by the scruff of his hair and just dunks him into the ground. Just takes that momentum with a big hunt into the dirt. Just strong arm to him. Sensei gonna be up next. Nova onto the monk. Sensei goes in for an incap. BDB onto the CyberPowerPC. Try to see if he can go and knock him back. Lexu, but it's gonna be immediate blink by CyberPowerPC, using the mobility to stay away from Sensei as best as humanly possible. He knows he's gonna take a lot of damage. Try to go for a poly. Interrupted. Gonna be a breath. Immediate trinket by Sensei. Ice block for CyberPowerPC. He knows he's not gonna get much healing out of this one. Trying to see if he can just use ice block for a second to give himself a breather. Wait until cooldowns are up, and then get back in there. Just try peeling away through Sensei. Sensei is kind of limited on defenses right now. If Seawork plays his cards right, he could maybe blast out Sensei super far away and not give the man a chance to play. Poly, Zuen join in, Radiant Spark by Seawork. Is it going to be no damage? Nova onto Sensei, big missiles to follow after. Does himself the big damage. Looks like he may have to play very, very defensively. Does he have more mobility? I think could be in big, big trouble. That's going to be all the time. Maybe good. Sensei does use the defensive really early on though. Let's see if I could reposition back to all the time. I think Sensei is trying to see if he can hold his ground to maybe control Seawork's all the time. He's going to end up waiting it out. Ring of Peace, trying to force him into the room. Seawork got a little bit of mobility. With his barrages polymorph off of the breath. Got himself plenty of survivability here for just a second. He just needs enough cooldowns to maybe rotate stuff versus Sensei. Trying to catch up whatever food he can before dampening gets extremely super high. It's only 46, so you can get some healing. Invis onto Seawork. In cap, let's use mobility. Nova onto Sensei. Polymorph right after. Trying to go for a big arcane surge while making sure there's plenty of distance. Does Sensei go down to the burst? Going to be a big dampen harm. Trying to see if he can close the gap. Maybe go for a karma versus Seawork. Knocking it back for just a second. Is it going to be enough though? Interrupt him on arcane. And that's going to be Seawork going down. Not much you can do once you get interrupted on arcane though. That's your mobility. That's some of your defenses. That's some of your survivability. Once you get interrupted on arcane, it is really rough without an ice block. Pink T-Rex trying to see if he can close the gap versus Sensei. Ring of Peace keeping him away, keeping him away on one side. Botting shot on the other. Trying to see if he can force Sensei away from the pillar. BDB is down. Lexi on both the pet as well as the hunter. Might be able to get some big damage. Pink taking a lot of output right now. Trying to see if he can back up out of the quick harpoon towards Sensei, but using the karma to offset the damage. Just trying to stay aggressive. Trying to make sure he can deny Pink T-Rex any kind of burst, any kind of damage. Sensei uses the karma really early though, but I don't really know what he can do right now. I think he may actually be kind of, unless he got himself fortification brew, he may be kind of limited, but big damage towards Pink T-Rex does push him to play defensively. Does get himself diffuse magic. That's going to help maybe against the fire damage with grenades, maybe against poison damage, but a good portion of Pink T-Rex's damage right now is just straight up physical. Freezing trap. The Sensei, unless he can somehow reverse the freezing trap onto Pink T-Rex, Bleed is going to be up. Bonding shots, so you can't even run it. Try to go for a bit of a reposition, but that's going to stun you. And Pink T-Rex looks like he's playing very defensively. Is Sensei got himself a big bleed on him? Or was that just like a battle master trigger that wore off? That might have been a battle master trigger that wore off. So still under a ton of pressure. Pink T-Rex trying to play it very defensively. I think Pink T-Rex got to get in there and versus Sensei before Karma, before Dampen Harm comes back up. Sensei closing the gap, get himself the in-cap into Lexi. Does Pink T-Rex have any outs? No, it looks like he does not. Quick damage of the Strike of the Windlord, taking him out, with Rav going to be up next. Got himself a succubus all the way on the underside of the platform. Slow down onto Sensei, trying to see if he can maybe blast him over with a couple of conflags. Sensei does have Karma as well as Dampen Harm coming back up very soon. But a CC chain by Rev could take it down. Ring of Peace in case the succubus right next to him, but I think Rev put the succubus out in the open, trying to see if he can maybe get Sensei next to the succubus. Has it right there out in the open. Succubus catching Sensei before he can have himself a proper go with a soul fire. Rev with the Strider Fury, not much you can really do about it. Taking a lot of damage. Big Karma onto what looks like, did Rev get Karma? Did Sensei close the gap and just get a Karma in between? So there goes the Karma. Got himself diffused for the dot. Oh my goodness, Sensei got himself a port. Maybe he can close the gap. You don't have no more defenses. Big Shield is helping out quite tremendously though. Succubus C for a second. Bonza fell. Is it going to be enough? Sensei under a ton of pressure. Could potentially get ported out in the open. Trying to see if he can reposition. But honestly, I don't know if he can really do much. Got himself a decent spot. Rev just needs to walk over there and try to see if he can maybe take Sensei down. Can he do it though? Ring of Peace, kind of keeping everybody at bay. Taking a bit of those flags back to back. Needs to reposition the Succubus in a good spot. I think he's keeping the Succubus right there, knowing that Sensei is going to want to close the gap at some point. He knows he's going to want to close the gap. There goes the Succubus, stops you into a trinket. That's going to be a trinket for Rev as well. Sensei cut out in the open does burn images, but those images can't really do much for you. Looking for a bit of recovery, but Rev trying to see if he can reposition out. Spinning crane kicks up. They're attacking Rev a little bit. They did a bit of damage, but we got plenty of shields in order to survive this. And I think that's actually, the images are going to give him instant cast incinerates on top of it, so not much you can really do about it. Honestly, there's really not much you can really get done. Rev tried to go for a couple of flags onto Sensei, but Sensei just hugging the pillar very closely. It's going to be down to mobility. He needs to find a way to get Sensei away from that pillar. If he can get him out there away for long enough, maybe Rev can make a play. But Sensei is going to use that mobility and line of sight to his best as possible. I don't think he wants to lose this one. I think he's going to play it out to the bitter end, to the 100 to 120% dampening. Whatever it takes to win, honestly. Whatever it takes, because eventually he's going to run out of all healing, and Rev is looking very healthy. At some point, you got to commit cooldowns, but does Sensei have better defenses than Rev? I think Warlocks may have one of the better ones, but who knows? Karma, try to see if he can have a go. He needs to find a way to deal with that succubus though. If he can't do it, it's going to be detriment to him. Stun by Rev, it's a Casbolt, has a BDB on him. Going to be big diffuse magic for Sensei. Fear by Rev, putting Sensei out in the open, looking to cook up another Casbolt at him. Maybe a couple of incinerates. Big Bonza fell, boarding back and Sensei trying to close the gap. Got himself big Zuen. Looks like he wants to get over there into ONYXIA, trying to maybe avoid the succubus. Big images. Wait, does he turn around here? Does Sensei finally get it done right now? He could potentially do it, but no, maybe. Oh, succubus is in last second. Rev does take him down. I think literally an auto attack would have killed him in the end there. Fang gonna be up next, trying to see if he can join in versus Rev. Rev looking like he was gonna sit down for some food. Is Fang literally gonna give him an honor duel? This man is honorable, man. Can we get a big old salute to my man Fang? Well done. Look at this honorable boy. It's like, yo, dampening is super high, but I want Rev an opportunity to actually get himself full heal. At least that mage food is doing work, man. High dampening, but mage food is still doing work. I love watching these. I know it's going to be long drawn out. I know you guys are not going to get any healing. Hell, for Fang, is every point of dampening hurts him the most here. He got some defenses, but a good portion of his playstyle is just healing. But he's given Rev an opportunity to get a proper honor duel. Let's go. Rev even given an opportunity to even get a Warlock Hellstone as much as I was gonna do. Stunned by Fang, just trying to see if he can go big damage. Sees Rev going for a port. Rev trying to position next to the gateway in case he needs to succubus out in the open. Trying to see maybe he can succubus to kind of stop Fang across the way. Just trying to catch him halfway through towards Rev. Is gonna go for a trinket with a mortal coil. Rev with a soulfire. Does Fang have a reflect? I don't think he does. Spear into Rev, maybe kind of limited. He wants to walk over next to his gateway, but he can't. Trying to see if he can at least push Fang behind the pillar. He's just like, you know what, let me send you out there. Got himself a couple instant casts towards Fang, but Fang got plenty of defense for that. Any bit of defense he can use to stop any form of damage is going to be huge. Second see right after again, Rev got himself a Bonza fell into a Casbolt. Does Fang walk out of that Bonds? Reflect up early. Bonza fell breaking. That reflect does give him some defensive against magic damage. It's still going to be detrimental. And Rev has a wall at the ready. Fang trying to go for some regenerate. Not much healing he can really get out of it, but it's a little bit. And Rev not really trying to get the succubus in the combat. He's trying to get the succubus as a CC chain. Look, he just puts it out in the open, but doesn't get it to close the gap. He puts it out in the open just so he has a pet. He can kind of utilize in order to get some CC chains. Just absolutely just fantastic. It also does not give Fang anything to build resources off of or heal off of. Mortal Coil reflected. Fang trying to see if he can blast out Revy. Rev with a full wall is going to have to use the gateway. Does Fang walk out of that? No, he actually backs up in a second. He knows there's going to be a succubus trying to cut him off at the exit. He needs to find the succubus. Does he remember where the succubus was? Because if he walks by it and then whirlwinds it out in the open, he could potentially get it. Going to be a stun to Rev with a succubus. Does walk close enough to get the bleed from Odin's Fury on it, but that's going to be a full soulfire. Does Rev have the stun to follow right after? Shattered Fury does get a reflect. Bonza fell, can't reflect that. It's going to pour Fang out in the open. Fang just chose to leap right in, trying to make some damage towards Rev. Poured by the Warlock. Does he have anything left here? No Mortal Coil for a while. Rev could be in a bad spot right now. This is where Fang trying to go for some damage. Big blasted onto Rev. Fear to follow Spear. Can't really go anywhere. Mortal Coil just needs to wait it out for a second. Does he have a reflect? Got himself a bit of a battle shout. Commanding shout. Give himself more health. Gonna be a succubus CC with an amulet right after. Reach a reflect. Oh, I am surprised that you could reflect that incinerate back to him. And lazy out here just to finish the job. There's nowhere else survives this. Yeah, he knows what's going on. He was like, I did good. I did as good as I could. Well done, boys. Rev with them too at the very end. Seaward blasting it out. The Evoker doing a pretty good job, but the Demon Hunter matched him tit for tat. That was a long one, man. That was 16 minutes. I'm not used to this anymore. Let's get ourselves another go in here, boys. Yeah, another duel up and running for the day. Join Discord now to waste so much. Yeah, we got a bot to post up Discord info. If you guys want to join Discord, you're more than welcome to. Boris into the chance to play. So we got to get Boris in here. Rev and Nick. We got to get one of you guys playing versus Boris. Boris, let me know when your team is ready. That was a long one. Defco, what's up, my guy? When is the next 5V5 1v1 for EU? Fridays. We're doing Friday for EU, Saturday for NA. I know, Bo, my guy. Hope you're having a good one. No, DF, NA. There's no way it's just 4, right? Nah, there's no way. All right, let me know who got a group. Let me know who got a group. Boris, let me know if you got a group. Ravens, let me know if you got a group. Nick, let me know when you guys got a group. Now we're gonna find the Ambush Outlaw spec build. I will need to hop on my Outlaw Rogue and link it to you. I'll probably make a video in just a bit, like, hey, starter builds for rogues. Here's some of the things you should try. And there I'll probably talk about some of the PvP builds as well, like what seems to be like a popular build. But I do have an Ambush Outlaw Rogue build I want to recommend. I think it's been kind of fun. Then I'm gonna try out a Salty build tonight. and then see if I can try to assassination build. This is just gonna be like, I don't want to make a full guide yet. I just want to be like, hey, here's some starter builds you could try. But no, Succubus, dude. Succubus was the MVP of that game, honestly. Actually, the MVP of that game. I know what's back at PvP for a good moment. I'd say assassination is the easiest. I see a lot of people play assass. I'll give subtlety a try. Maybe I'll have a subtlety build to recommend. I just need to give it a go this evening. Haven't been able to play all the builds just yet. I'm just slowly but surely getting my rogue some gear. I'm finally breaking into that 400. I just need to replace all the other pieces with honor. I have a lot of pieces that are 408, but like I'll keep the 408s and 411s. Once I get 408s and 411s, then I think I'll be golden. I need a dagger for the PvP though. Pretty cool. One of the incaps to set it up. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we got Boris and Nick. Let's get ourselves another Nagrand in here. I like Nagrand. It's just a very, very like straightforward flat land arena with pillars that all make sense. Let's get you guys back in here. Here we go. Definitely check them out. Next video make. Yeah, I'll hopefully post some of those builds in Discord too. Like good build, starter rogue builds for rogues. Like the builds I recommend. You're good, sword. You're good, my guy. Hell yeah. So Reverend's got 5. Boris got 5. Nick got 5. Invite again? Okay. I can do it again. We'll get Boris and Nick real quick, and we'll probably get Boris and Reverend right after. Rev, tell your team to be on standby, man. We'll get him back up and running in just a bit here, boys. We'll get him back here in just a little bit. No worries. By the way, did you guys see apparently a bunch of people started like spamming right through Renown and stuff? It's kind of cool. Some people already seeing some of the further storylines and all that, like Sarah. Don't spoil it for anybody if you've seen it, but it's kind of neat that you can just kind of like do Renown now if you want to, and just get through the main story if you wish. I think it's kind of cool how it's like, it's kind of sort of soft locked, but like not really. You can spam it if you really wanna. That's kind of cool, man. Dude, brother. Hey, GG's, boys. GG's. I would have played well. I like it. Yo, this would be the perfect time, Chad. If you guys want to try weird build, try something wacky this early into the PvP before the season starts, now would be the time to try all the weird stuff you want to try. All the weird builds, all the weird talents, see if they can work. More than welcome to them. And if it works, let me know what the build was. Switch. Got ourselves team 1 together with Blood Dagger at the ready. DJ Flex setting himself up. Ready himself for the next competitor. Last broker in the back spot, and going to be Demonic first up with a sap with a Fang. Trying to see if you can potentially rip apart the warrior sub-rogue. Trying to see if you go for a bit of a backstabbing opener. Big go with the eviscerates. Is it going to be another Fang? Actually taking so much damage. Oh my goodness. Big burst. Trying to see if you can reverse it to the rogue. Going to be evasion for Demoniac. Got himself very, very good defensive with a quick vanish and a cloak. So that was a lot of defenses committed. Cloak, evasion, and a vanish. He does have a second vanish, but Fang make play into recovery. Burning 1 defensive cooldown, 1 offensive for Demonic. Shadow Blades, vanish, evasion, and cloak. So actually, I feel like math-wise, Fang should be winning that math equation battle. But we'll see. Demonic will still turn around. Stormbolt onto the rogue. Does not have a trinket. And Fang just burned his trinket right there. Big bleed onto Demonic. Could potentially rot him down. Is the bleed going to be enough though? Got himself a pretty big sip pick up. Needs to catch himself a bit of a reset. But Fang getting hit with a quick blind. Demonic does still bleeds on him. Sap right as the warrior leapt right next to him. He has no idea if that leap would have landed all the way. That shockwave, that thundering stomp would have actually got the rogue out of stealth. Quick defense stance immediately inside of the kidney shot. That's actually going to help out Fang quite a bit, since Demonic is kind of limited what he can really do offensively against the defensive stance. Fang swapping out stances, actually stance dancing to make sure he's maximizing offensives and maximize defenses. Whenever he can hit the rogue and he got some cooldowns, he's gonna go berserker stance. When he can't, defensive stance, just sync it up. Actually blasts the Demonic, big bleed on top of it. Demonic does go for a bit of a reset. Fang has no idea, he still got bleeds on Demonic. He just needs to turn around and leap over to the rogue. Does see the rogue behind him? The rogue behind the pillar does still have a dot or two, but does dive back into stealth. My goodness, this warrior, if this rogue doesn't lock him down to blast him out of the way, Fang just starts ripping right through him. What kind of a build you got, my guy? What is that? What kind of build is that? If Demonic looking to go for a bit of a full recovery, Fang could charge out at him if he wanted to. He just did Mogs. He literally just did Mogs. Like, you know what? I want a better Mog. He wants to make the bid. It wants to be a good Mog for this one. Is that what's going on? Demonic God gets cooldowns at the ready, so you should be able to give him some proper go. Fang does not have a trinket for this one. It's going to get the rogue out in the open. Stormbolt immediately trinket by the rogue. Does he have a go? Trying to go for a cheap shot. Is it going to be another Fang with a defensive? Try to see if maybe that'll be enough to survive the evasion by the rogue. Fang just trying to see if he can back up for a second. Not hit the rogue while he got evasion up. Spear to follow. Doesn't quite catch the rogue in that spear. That's super unfortunate. Demonic still got plenty of shadow strike, but Fang looks like he's going to make a full recovery. Plenty of survivability for the warrior. Big double bleed onto Demonic Gouge, but he can break out of it quite easily. Does give himself a charger on the court. Demonic dives back to the south. Last vanish, and he won't have one for a while. Is it still bleeds on the rogue? If there's still any bleeds, it's going to put you out in the open, but it looks like maybe Demonic is going to be able to go for a full reset, and Fang goes to sleep. The eyes are up, so Fang could potentially use the eyes on the left side or right side in order to catch up to the rogue. Gonna be a quick blade whirlwind. Almost got him out in the open into a cheap shot. Fang getting blasted out with a Kyrian setup, but it's gonna be a Stormbolt on Demonic. Fang got himself out of bad defense stance into the Berserker stance. Trying to see if he can go for those Bloodthirsts back to back off of Demonic. Is that a build you got going on? Is that a Bloodthirst build you got? I have no idea actually. What kind of a build do you have actually, Fang? I'm actually very, very interested. Gonna be the rogue, try to see if he can reposition away, because the warrior got himself a good sustaining build. Does catch Demonic out in the open. No advantage this time, no evasion. Needs to utilize CC in order to prevent the warrior from taking him down. Next Stormbolt, next could be very, very deadly. Try to see if he can take him down. Does he get to do it? Oh, burns a trinket just to catch up to the rogue. Burning a trinket that early though may cause him a loss against Lathvoker, because you may need a way to break out of a CC at some point, and now you just burned you only one way to break out of it. But yeah, I think he did want to prevent dampening. Stormbolt into Lathvoker. He's not able to really stop him. The Shroud is going to prevent him, but maybe get some damage versus Lath. Lath trying to go for a big setup, getting interrupted on the blue spell. Try to see if he can maybe blast out Fang with a big deep breath. Does he have himself a go? Fire breath right after with Incinerate to follow. Try to see if maybe that'll be enough, but Fang catching up next to Lathvoker. He can't really spear him down. I think maybe even since he still got the Shroud, I wonder if the Shroud would have given him immunity to spear anyway. Root onto Fang for just a second, got him maybe some survivability. Reflect in case you thought Lathvoker was gonna blast it, but Lath played more defensively than anything. Stormbolt onto the Evoker, Trinkets out of it. Fang able to catch up and just Bloodthirst as long as he stays in combat. And Bloodthirst against the competitor. It looks like he's able to get quite a bit of healing out of it. So he must be playing a Bloodthirst build, I imagine. Is he playing like an auto attack build? I actually do wonder what kind of build Fang is playing, because it looks like you're bloodthirsting. Whenever you use a strike with both your weapons, that has to be a Bloodthirst, right? Or is that a Raging Blow? I think it's a Bloodthirst. I'm still trying to figure that out. Living Flame for Lathvoker, but he does get into melee. There goes the Stormbolt, big bleed. Looks like maybe this is where Fang is going to try to see if he can bleed out the Evoker dry. Does the bleed do much? I think Lathvoker is able to deal with bleeds pretty easily though. He can cauterize those wounds and remove a lot of the bleeds off of him in case he ever needs to. But Fang trying to see if he can stay on him as best as possible. Got him so a little bit of a rampage or a little bit of a recklessness. Going to be a deep breath for Lathvoker. Is it good enough to take down Fang? Got him to reflect. Big damage. Oh my god. Reflected back to Lath. Is that what happened? Big execute. Oh my god, Fang. Oh, just taking down the Evoker. Going to make some slippers out of that guy. My goodness. Got himself some nice leather. Nice little reptile hide for them boots. My goodness. Could maybe make a belt out of that. What did he fashion out a jacket out of? Would you be able to fashion out jackets out of that? I don't know actually. I might need to Google it. Going to be reflect for Fang. Can you deal with Spart though? Spart does get to juke out a CC onto Fang, so he was immune to interrupts, immune to CC for a second. And Fang in that execute range, it could be very, very deadly for him. Execute range, no bueno. Maybe in trouble. I think it's over unless he can get himself a big heal right now. Needs to escape that execute immediately. I think it might be done for. Oh my god, Spart. The big Archimage execute. That's crazy. Fang the Master Spell Reflect. Did it reflect? My Living Flame hit before 77k. Oh my god, so that Spell Reflect was perfect then, huh? Spart does get a juke away from Lazy, but Lazy got plenty of damage. Even though Lazy does get to get juked to the interrupt, you're just gonna set up all the bleeds with an Incarn versus Spart and just let the dots rot him down. We're at 37% dampening. That's where we want to get aggressive. So for Lazy staying aggressive so he doesn't have to worry about healing may not be a bad idea. But for Spart, an aggressive Feral Druid, you gotta find a way to shake that thing off of you. It's gonna be difficult. Interrupt onto Spart on that arcane. Does get hit with a knockback from the blaster, but that's going to be lazy. Power shift between Bear from and Cat from pretty often, just to make sure he's no longer sitting in CC ever, no longer sitting in any kind of slows. Big power surge. Spart maybe has big damage. Missiles versus lazy. Actually presses a wall just to make sure he doesn't fall behind in this high of dampening. Use the defenses early on. That could be a strategy in the 5v5 1v1 duels. And lazy just sees a couple of globals versus Spart leaping towards him. Does Spart have maybe a breath? Does get a blink. Root by lazy. Trying to make sure that Spart doesn't get to go anywhere. Is going to be a skull bash really quickly onto the arcane damage. Lazy got a full set of bleeds. Spart knocking him back, but I think the dots are going to do him in. Yeah, lazy going for big defenses early on may not be a bad move. I honestly think maybe Renewal may be a pretty good ability to use as well. As Blood Dagger going to be up next, playing the sub rogue this time. I like it. I like how you guys are switching out between sub and assassination. We get to see a variety of different rogues in here. Lazy out in the open with a bear form, bear hide. That may give him plenty of defenses in order to survive the rogue's opener. As Rogue goes in for a Shadow Strike, bash by the Feral Druid into a root to follow. I think Lazy's just trying to see if he can root him out, maybe get out of combat, let the Moonfire get the Rogue out of stealth, and go for a proper opener. The Rogue does dive into re-stealth, getting a the shot open onto Lazy. Lazy never gets to go for an opener of his own. Big Kyrian go. We gotta be emergency healing for Lazy. Has a trinket in case he needs to blind. Does trinket out of it. He wants to get in there. He smells blood on the Rogue, putting some rips into him, doing full damage. It's gonna be full swarm on top of it too, right? Or no, maybe not swarm. Vanished by the Rogue to get himself a bit of a reset as Lazy looking for a full recovery. The Rogue took a bit of dot damage and he's still bleeding out, but it looks like maybe it's not the biggest bleeds ever. Maybe Lazy got himself more of a bite shred build, or maybe he's just saving some of his cooldowns for like the big bleeds later. But let's walk next to the Rogue, try to see if he can get himself an opener, but the Shuriken Storm does get the Feral out, so he doesn't get himself a proper rake opener. Barks get while in bear form. And so Rogue goes in for a back-to-back Kyrian burst finishers. Try to see if that may be enough. Blast it out, Lazy. Is it going to be enough, though? Lazy trying to see if he can find himself a better position. Got himself regrowth, rejuves. All the self heals available. Blood Dagger needs to find a way to catch up to Lazy if he can at all, though. I think able to auto-attack him through the wall, isn't he? To a certain degree. I think he is. I think he got himself like acrobatic strikes. Lazy with the Incarn. Got himself a stun to Blood Rage. That's going to be tricky for him. Lazy no longer has a trick. Blood Dagger. Does he have enough here, though? Maybe cheap shot? He only had a Kindle shot. Looks like he didn't have dances at the time. Big damage for Lazy. Trying to go for a bite. Blood Dagger is going to end up taking him down. With Varlib going to be up next. The Rogue has nothing left unless he goes for a Vanish, but he's still got not a lot in terms of defensives. Var could get in there. Rogue could potentially Cloak of Shadows or blind Var. Cloak of Shadows is going to help him against some of the holy damage from the Paladin, but a good portion of the damage, like Blade of Justice for example, is literally a physical blade that pops up from the ground. It's physical damage. So a good portion of his damage is still going to go through anyway. I think the only one that's actually magic is Judgment. Maybe Hammer of Wrath, but I think it's something dodgeable actually. Just someone to the Paladin. He doesn't really need his weapon in order to build up some holy power. Got himself hand for him. Get a shot by the Rogue. Trying to see maybe if he can maximize some damage. Gonna be a trick for Var. No way for the Rogue to get out. Does have a cheat death, but is it gonna be enough? The might still go down. Maybe a Vanish. Maybe a blind Var. Does he bubble it? Bop. I was gonna say for a second, I was just watching that hammer fly and I couldn't say much. I was just like, ah, the Rogue is dead. I felt that one, dude. I felt that one. As someone who played Rogue in that situation, like, you know, he's gonna bob, he's gonna bubble, he's just gonna get out of there. Gonna be a Sentry Owl up for DJ, trying to see maybe if he can use a Sentry Owl to see through the wall and attack Var, getting very, very aggressive in the opener, or putting right back to him. That's gonna be a root, as Var can't really go anywhere. Got himself a big defense with the shield, but that's gonna be a Coordinated Assault, maybe Spear Strike. What is that? Wait, are you using Coordinated Assault and Spearhead? Oh my goodness, you got a lot of mobility. This man is just kind of charging at these boys. If he ever needs to close the gap, he just charges right to you. That's actually kind of nutty. Var got himself a stun onto GJ. Gonna be a little bit of that pet sack. Hoping that he doesn't get a crit. Var does need some damage though if he wants to win this one. Doesn't have a bubble anymore. Maybe he could go for lay on hands. It's gonna be another root by DJ. Trying to see, make sure he control Var, but it's taking a bit of damage of his own. Var in that execute range. Unless he got CC. Kill shot. Lay on hands. Barely heals him. Oh! Paladin turns it around! No way! That Wake of Ashes at the end actually turned it around. That's actually crazy. There's no way he actually got a kill. Wow, Fang also healed a lot, by the way. Jesus Christ. Healed through Rogue and healed through the Evoker a ton. That is crazy. That was so close. That was close, man. That was insanely close. He won that one. I thought the Hunter had it, but apparently Var somehow came out on top. Let's get Boris and let's get Rev in here next. Let me know when you guys are ready. Let's get Boris and Rev in here. Revy with a Levy in the Chevy, and a 150k JV on the Rogue. Man, 107k Wake of Ashes and a 150k JV. Really? You play JV now? What the? Oh, that's nutty. Yo, JV, big apparently. Interesting. Rav, let me know when you're ready. Boris, let me know when team is ready. Also, Nick, let me know if you're ready in case one of the other guys is not, so we can get you on a standby. Paladin won by last hit, dude. It was a last ditch effort, and he just stuck in there. This is why you just gotta keep playing, man. You just gotta keep playing. Dampening high, gotta get aggressive. Gotta stay in there. Someone's gotta die. What's up, Lek? Where are goods being made? In Ray's Legacy. You're more than welcome to join us. Boris, Nick, let me know if you guys are looking for more dudes. Raid's Legacy will be the place to host them if you guys need to host them somewhere. Let me know how you guys are doing. Or if you guys are not hosting them, if you guys are done for that, let me know. I'll make a second group then. Let me know, boys. Because I'm down to keep playing for a while. Ready? Nick left. We fool them. Oh, okay. I want to see. So I guess Lux is taking over. Awesome, awesome. You can maybe get speed in here too, yeah. Boris, is your team ready or is your team done? The dog is ready. I know the dog is ready. I want him to go Boris versus Reverence. I'll give him like 30 seconds. Heading out, see you around. Thanks so much for coming by, Spark. Appreciate ya. I'm playing the No Rage and Blow Bloodthirst build. Oh, I want to see it then. I want to see more of it because it looked like you were pressing Bloodthirst a lot. I was like, wow, that's a lot of healing. We have a full group. Okay, cool. I'll get Boris and Rev and we'll go Rev versus Lux. I will try to stick to my original plan, Boris and Revy. I don't know what arena 3 goes into. I think we've done all of them. Not all of them, actually, but all the good ones. Let's do Dalaran Sewers. Dalaran Sewers is generally a good one. And then Hook Point, I like it a lot too. Is there arenas you guys... Wait, one I'll go after? Okay. Okay. I'll do... Instead of Boris, I'll do... Only one I'll find second? Okay. 4 out of 5 right now. Hey, Reverend's trying to fill as well. So if you guys want to join him, give it a second. Yeah. If you guys want to look for the groups, I don't see him easily, but you guys would. Unless you're like in Taurus and Lotha, Battlefield does it a lot. So I see raids on Legacy stuff really weird compared to you guys do. I don't really see them all that well. Boris needs a 1+1. Yeah, Boris needs a +1. Guys, check out groups in Raids Legacy. In Raids Legacy, just do find group and type number 5 at the top, enter, and you'll be good to go. Although for this character, my Raids Legacy groups are all kinds of scuffed. So I literally can't really see them. But you guys will be able to at max level. Somebody see it? Okay. No, not looking unless he doesn't come back online. Somebody see it? Okay. I'm just letting them know Boris is looking for more. If I said Reverence, that was my fault. I meant to say Boris is looking for more. Ready? Alright, sounds good. Reverence, I'll give you a little bit here. Now I got 5 out of 5. Awesome. I'm seeing if Reverence can get them. So some boys. Ready now? Sounds good, Susie. Sounds good. We need one more from my man Rev. Okay, looks like we got a full team. Unless... Oh, looks like one of them was the seed. Okay. They got one, boys, over in the Raids Legacy section for Sepulchre. You guys will find them. Dal 551 in Raids Legacy section. Alliance and Horde can join in for Raids Legacy. We do these in Raids Legacy, not because we like actually have a raid or anything, but so we can utilize the cross faction. Otherwise, if we were to, let's say, list in RBGs, we'd find somebody who is not there for duels that are ready for RBGs. So, yeah. Make sure you delist too. Make sure you delist. You'll see a listen right here. Try to be helpful. As soon as you list, will be good to go. There we go. Tater match. Reverence and Boris. 5. What's it gonna do? Dalaran. Here we go. What? Here we go. I think I got it this time. Hell yeah. Out of coffee. That's okay. We got water. I still got a chicken sandwich I never got to finish. Alrighty, boys. We got ourselves another 5v5 1v1. Oh my god, them demon hunters today. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. You gotta be yoking me, man. You gotta be yoking me. Holy demon hunters, Batman. Literally holy Batman. You got Batman, you got Robin, you got all of them in here. Oh my goodness. You know what? I kind of want to restart the song, chat, if you guys don't mind. Hope you don't mind it. I like this one a lot, actually. So Twitch, we got us a team one together with a Blood Dagger, with Dark Weaver on that team, with Jim Ratleg gonna be first up. Oh my god, the snail! It looks so good. Oh, I think I gotta get himself a snail. He's literally riding a Retribution Paladin. Oh, that looks actually so awesome. Low to the ground, getting hit with a fear. It looks like Jim Rat may be using that fear to potentially get himself a big setup. Big explosive. We're looking for the one-shot versus Viserys. Is it going to be enough? The big root into a glaive throw. Viserys trying to go for a little bit of a survivability here. With that wall, looking to make sure he doesn't get interrupted. Wall helping him survive this big damage opener. As Jim Ratleg trying to see if he can bust in there. Stone into Viserys, looking to take him down. Is it going to be enough though? Viserys got plenty of mobility, just beaming the boy down. I-beam for disintegrate beam. Both of them are beaming each other. Does throw down the glaze, but the glaze do kind of stick in one spot. So unless you can keep Viserys locked in one place, those guys are not really going to do as much damage as you think they would. Sleepwalk onto the Demon Hunter could potentially trick it. Going to be Viserys looking for a little bit of recovery as he's just trying to go for a Living Flame in order to make sure he's plenty healthy. With Jim Rat not letting him go anywhere. Big Shatter. Does Shatter have a big go potentially? Maybe could go for a big setup. Gonna get interrupted on the red. Got big disintegrates right after. Sleep to follow onto Jim. But still looking for a lot of recovery. He got himself a shroud. So maybe that shroud will give him a bit of survivability. Unless he's immune to any customs by Jim Rat. Into a deep breath. Massive damage. Does Jim go down? Looks like Viserys literally flew to the other continent. Jim needs to give himself some survivability. Does he play? He does not play a demon build anymore. Was that a fire breath just now? I think he might have been able to dodge a fire breath by Viserys into a stun right after, into an I-beam to follow. Big healing, massive burst into Viserys. Is it going to be enough? The Sleepwalk get interrupted. Living Flame helping him recover. Man, lock it down. Evoker is going to be quite tough as a demon hunter. You can't interrupt him on green, blue, or red because they got so many casts to follow. And Jim Rat wants to go take it down, and Viserys, big brass by the Evoker though, is going to do a bit of damage to Jim. Blur available. Big disintegrates. Big damage. Is going to be a Kyrian burst to follow right after with a Hunter to combo. But is it going to be enough? The big immunity by Viserys does still have a Hunt on him. So for Jim Rat, while the Hunt is up, he's going to be able to get a lot of healing out of it. As long as he stay on top of Viserys. Stun to follow. Maybe enough here. Big glaze. Is it going to be full? I think it may be down for the count. Maybe it's going to be Sleepwalk last second. Does he get a Blaze? Blade's Edge, oh, Blade's Dance does end up taking them down. With Panda for Life going to be up next. The Demon Hunter does end up overpowering the Evoker. Took a little bit. Demon Hunter is broken? You think so? I don't know. I feel like the Evoker had himself quite a bit of advantage. That mobility, the survivability was pretty good. Plus, Jim is not playing the demon build. So if he was playing like a demon build with like demons constantly spawning in and healing him, I'd probably be like, you know what, that seems like a lot of healing, but he's playing that Kyrian, he's doing something different. I think he's playing to like a fire build, the nature build, the magic build, the enemy's necessary build, which is actually kind of good. It's actually kind of cool. Big I-beam onto Panda. Panda got himself a Karma. Jim Rat may be in a bit of trouble. Doesn't get himself a Blur, which is going to give him plenty of survivability. Into that Kyrian burst is going to spawn him a bunch of souls. Could potentially use those souls in order to collect some survivability versus Panda. Interrupting him for a second. Big glaives to follow. Is it going to be enough though? Jim at super low health. Oh, massive Spiral Hand Strike. Oh, not Spiral Hand Strike. Strike of the Windlord. Taking him down. Big damage back to back. That was so rough. That's a lot of bursts to deal with all at once, unless you got yourself a big immunity, or maybe had darkness and got lucky. It is a tough one to come back from when you have no help whatsoever. Dark Weaver from one Demon Hunter into the next, as Panda is going to go for a quick in-cap, wants to go for full recovery. He doesn't want to fight Dark Weaver just yet. He just took a beating from one Demon Hunter. But what is he going to meet with this Demon Hunter? Immediate trinket by Dark Weaver though. And Panda goes for a trinket of his own. Ring of Peace is going to slow the DH down for a second as he tried to reposition. Quick Imprison right after. Stun to follow. Big Hunt. Going to do a bit of damage. Metamorphosis to follow with a Blade Dance right after. Trying to see if he can maybe reverse that Hunt damage back to the Demon Hunter. But I don't think he can. That is the Diffuse Magic. It's going to help him a little bit, but only so much. Big I-Beam right after. Panda is in such a big nature. Trying to get himself a bit of a reposition. Glaive 1, Glaive 2. Panda looking to just readjust back behind the pillar. Into yet another port right after. Trying to find a better angle versus Dark Weaver. This is going to be a quick stun onto Panda. Blade Dance right after. Is it going to be no fist if you're locking him down? But that fire damage is going to go right through those fists. Karma, maybe could use that Karma to reverse damage back into Dark. Got himself a massive kick. This way Demon Hunter, he's not even sure if he wants to stay in to break through Karma or back up out, because that is a big cooldown for Panda. Could potentially go for a big Fist of Fury. Trying to go for a bit of survivability. May have to go for a Fist of Fury versus Dark Weaver if he has it. Does he get it? Both of them are super low. In cap. Does it take him? Oh, quick touch and then just walked in, tabbed him, just jabbed him really quickly in the jugular and got out of there. With Noisy, he's going to be up next. Quick Lexi by Panda, still playing it very defensively. Got himself a big statue. Ring of Peace to knock back the warrior. I think he expected that leap immediately. That's what the Ring of Peace was there. Reposition the statue to give him a little bit extra bonus self-survivability. If he stays next to the statue, you're just going to keep passively trying to heal him as long as he presses Soothing Mist at some point. If he ever presses in the midst, the statue is going to try to reconnect with him as best as it can. That's a lot of survivability. Look at that recovery. At the 5-minute mark, 25% dampening. Actually got pretty decent up. Nosy's trying to see if he can potentially close the gap. I love the full warrior setup, by the way. That full warrior set, that golden one, it looks like a paladin set, honestly. It looks fantastic. And you got the tabard to match it too from the season 3, I think, if not season 4. Looks great. Stormbolt and Panda. Try to see if you can take him down. Big bleed, big damage. Try to see maybe if Odin's Fury will be enough. But looks like Panda is going to back up behind the other side of the pillar. Definitely needs to drop down the statue. Statue actually is able to attach to him for just a moment, repositioning it with another Soothing Mist. That blending passive healing, Vial Spam, and Vivify. I mean, the recovery is massive, even though he does take a little bit of setup. Leg sweep, going to be a big setup versus Noisy. Does Panda have enough damage to reduction here? It's going to be a diffuse damage or dampen harm. Try to see if we can reduce some of it. Karma to follow. Noisy's not going anywhere. He's actually going to fly up for a second. Just going to charge back. Stormbolt to the Panda. Is it going to be enough with an Execute? Try to see if we can break out of that one. Into a charge right after. Oh, Nosy's just trying to make some noise in here. Trying to blast out the Monkus. But does end up taking him down, man. He just stayed relentless and committed to just being like, just staying on that singular goal of taking down the monk. That's exactly what he needed, just staying stalwart about it. Got himself a Reflect, so it's going to help reduce some of the magic damage he's taking and reflect the first spell that it hits him. Stormbolt onto Rev, but that's going to be Succubus to stop him in place. While Noises takes a little bit of that fire damage, it's not going to be great for him. Board is going to put him in a bad spot. It's actually going to put him away from Rev. So Rev is going to use that just to disengage away from Noises. Definitely needs to keep track of where the Succubus is. If you can interrupt the Succubus, you'll be in a fantastic spot. May just want to focus on the Succubus down, honestly. If Rev has to resummon a new Succubus, that could be pretty good for Noises in a long haul. But definitely want to make sure you maybe get on some line of sight away from the Succubus, because I think could just stop it right there. As you try to close the gap, there goes the XBC, maybe? Not yet. Rev trying to see if he can get some cast off. I think he's waiting until he gets properly interrupted, and then he's going to stick the Succubus versus Noisy. Noisy, why he's next to Succubus? Definitely cleave it whenever you can. Big defensive stance while Rev trying to cook up a full-on chaos mode. Again, just trying to make sure there's a second between him and the warrior. So as the warrior closes that gap, the Succubus pulls him away from the warlock to give him a little bit extra range. But if Noises can stand next to Succubus and cleave it for free, it's definitely worth. Berserker stance, maybe swap it to defensive stance later. Got himself plenty of survivability potentially. Does get himself defenses coming back up very, very soon. Stormbolt and Rev, but that Succubus stops. Yeah, that is super unfortunate. I wonder if it's better to commit a stun later. Does go into defensive stance, so he's at least going to bulk up a little bit against the damage fear with that succubus on the run as Rev got himself a big defensive stance. This is where Noisy trying to see if he can maybe potentially break through the defenses. Lots of healing for the warrior. Mortal Coil reflected back at Rev, so at least he's prevented some of the crowd control from the warlock. Swap into that succubus immediately, charging back into Rev as soon as he has line of sight. Succubus back on him, is going to go for a trinket. Needs to slow down Rev as best as he can. Stormbolt, Rev has nowhere to go. Wall, this is where Noisy shakes off their defenses and goes into full berserker stance, trying to see if he can chop up the doggo here. Gonna be a big port, trying to see if he can leap away from it. Still gonna get ported. That's gonna be a lot of damage taken. Got himself a bit of a reflect with damage reduction from magic. May have to go for defense stance if he can never reach Rev. And that's gonna be a big cannonball with a succubus CC breaking it. Considering right after, may have to go defensive. Is gonna go for rallying cry to give himself more health to work with. Just trying to give himself a bit of a buffer. But he just slowed down, having to crawl towards Rev. Does go into Berserker stance into a Stormbolt as a Mortal Coil connects. Does he have a charge? The Succubus is going to put you away. That's going to be a full burst potentially. Noisy, maybe can make something happen. Reflect is up. Going to be Succubus, you see him. Soulfire into a damage reduction. Stunner to Noisy. So that's going to be so tough for you to come back from. Definitely needs a heal right now. Does he have it? Oh, no. He has such a good go. So much damage, so much potential. But Rev, with that kite spree playstyle, like there's not much you can really do about it. That Succubus is in such a good spot. Every time you have a go, it just pulls you away. Look at that. As Demonic got himself ramped up. Trinket, Rev had no help whatsoever. Can't really do much. I think it's maybe over unless you get a port onto the Rogue. He does get a port, but the Rogue repositions again with a quick Shadow Step. Shadow striking him down. See, Dara gonna be up next. Big PI, stun to Demonic, trying to see if he can hit him with a couple of horrors. It's gonna be a fear. Horror effects hits him. Demonic with a Cloak of Shadows. Seavark playing up with Tauris. Is it gonna be enough? Get a shot by the Rogue, Trinket by Seavark. That's going to be the pet chasing after Demonic. It's going to do a bit of that damage as long as there's dots on Demonic. Does get hit with a Shadow Crash, so the full dots are back on him. May go down here. Trinket by Seavark was used really early, so now it's a perfect opportunity for Demonic to go for a blind. Does see Dark pick up an eyeball though. Going for a Trinket that early when you think you could score a kill. It's a ballsy move, Cotton, but we can see if it pays off. Maybe Shadow Crash around the corner. Demonic gets fully dotted up though. Seavark, is that going to be enough? I think Demonic may just die to the dots. Oh, execute. Didn't want to let the dots finish the job. He wanted to get in there and make sure that he can finish it himself. Blood Dagger going to be up next. Sub Rogue also, just like Demonic, but just get hit with this Shadow Crash around the corner. Oh no. Fully dotted. Shadow Step, but Shadow Steps off the edge. With the Mind Games, may have to go for a cloak. May have to go for a cloak. Does go for a Shadow Melt. Going to be a big Void Eruptions with the main pet joining in. Seavark got a lot of damage for Blood Dagger. Again, may need to Cloak of Shadows to remove all those dots. Get a shot onto Seavark. Does it disperse? He does. This high dampening, 11-minute game. You definitely want to make sure you don't lose out too much health. Cloak of Shadows rotated by Rogue. Very well done. Very, very well done. Saving that cloak for later. But Seavark, Rogue has a Trinket. So you may be able to break out of some CC that Seavark throws in. Seavark does pick up the eye, which is going to make him take 5% more damage. Seavark no longer has a Trinket. He definitely needs to get some CC. Perfect fear. Force on Rogue Trinket. That's great. Does Seavark have any more survivability after this? Does give himself Aegis, but I think it may be over. Yeah, unless you got to disperse. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. Bob saw bombs away. I don't know. I wanted to say for some reason Bob Bonsamdi. Bob Salami. That's literally the first two words that came into my mind before bombs away. Got himself a bit of a Trinket as a double tap. Rapid fire is going to be up. It's stealing his weapon for just a second. Gouge into the Hunter. No longer has a Trinket. Does Blood Dagger have himself a go? Bombs away definitely needs to get a Hunter's Mark onto Blood Dagger at some point. Just got himself back-to-back rapid fire. Flare. Does he get a flare? Oh, does he almost get him? No, he doesn't. Bleeds maybe? Is there a bleed? It looks like there's a bleed. Maybe he can still find him. Potentially. Hold on. Bombs away. Maybe he can still do it. Bombs away. The Marksmanship Dwarf. Look at this guy. I like that Mog. With that shoulder and the wings, that looks pretty cool. Does Blood Dagger take the bait though? Does he know there's a freedom shot back there? If he Shadow Strikes, he puts himself in a bad spot. If he approaches from the back, it's going to be a bad spot. He's right behind him. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no, 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 wait. Oh, put himself on the flare. But got that range. He wants to make sure he's like max range, poking him from max distance. Bombs away. Is he going to reposition back towards the trap? He could potentially walk backwards towards it. Going to be killed shot by the Rogue. Is it going to be enough though? Oh. Ripping into the Hunter. Well done, well done. Blood Dagger got two. Pretty good. Panda actually surviving them demon those for quite a while. Well done, well done. Let's go, boys. Let's get another one in here. Let's get another one going here, boys. Can't wait for that to be nerf 0 counterplay. What was that? Oh yeah, 107k reprimands. Yeah, they're nerfing it by what 50%, 30% again. Yeah, 100k reprimands seems like a very, very big hit. That seems like a little bit much, but it's getting nerfed this next reset. Yeah, 107k crit. That seems like a lot. That seems like quite a bit. Lux still 5. All right, we got Lux. Do we have Reverence at the ready? Because we could get Rev and Lux in here. Luxembourg, Schmorgenberg. Nice. What does Carl write me? Here we go, boys. Rev, let me know if you're ready. Boris, let me know if you're ready. Gonna see your build? Sounds good. Yeah, if that build works out, let me know what kind of build you brand. I'm interested in seeing it. That's really, really cool, though. How's it going? What's up, Philip? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. I have to play as passive as I can because of Blur and the Warlord them to death. Yeah, you kind of have to sometimes, Wolf, don't you? Sometimes you kind of just have to. How will the nerf be for DKs? Well, I haven't seen my man Night King in here so far, but on Discord you're saying it looks like a pretty big one. I thought that maybe there's like a handful of things that were actually like make a death sentence survivable, but maybe they. He says maybe they are looking to over nerf him a little bit. We'll see how it looks as overall though, and when it comes to seasonal content. I think for like survivability and passive 1v1, maybe like it may be pretty bad, but like in a arena setting, when the team setting, maybe a little bit different. Who knows, honestly. Province is ready. Lux is ready. Let's get you guys back in here. Lux 5. I'll throw you guys into another grand. Let's do Hook Point. I like Hook Point Arena. I think it looks fantastic. I gotta remove that song off of the mix. Oh, no wonder it's good. So I have it on. I keep telling it to loop my playlist for a 5V5 1v1 Duels, and it just keeps automatically taking off the loop. It's unfortunate. That's kind of annoying. But what can you do? But what can you do, though, mate? You just gotta press on and play on, boys. Let's have some fun tonight, yeah. Yeah, the nerf for DKs look pretty interesting. Yeah, 107 crit for the curing abilities is really good. Apparently there's a build yesterday that we saw. I was meant to put that as a video today, but looks like it's a little bit delayed. But when I can get it up and running tonight, boys. Oh my god. Rogues can do some really wacky stuff. We're back, boys. The wacky class is back. In business too. The Twitch. Got ourselves bombs away over for the team 1. Ready to go as a marksmanship hunter. We got C Dark as a sharpest. Looks like he wants to be up first. Up and running at the ready. We got ourselves a Revi, Visceri, as well as Panda for live versus Gloomerk. Glue that holds the team together with Lazy on the team. Naughty, Bowie, Licken. Okay. And Var as well on the team as well. Powie gonna be first up. That's a marksman survival? What are you? I can't even tell. Looks like you're survival with a spear. Gonna be C Dark. Try to see if you can maybe throw out a random shadow crash. Doesn't quite connect with the stone into Powie. With the fear, does trinket out of it. Does dodge the void bolts with a turtle shell, but it's gonna get his pet back in here. As it did get hit with one of the bolts. 3V5 try to go for maybe a bit of a mind games. This is gonna be another mind blast of the Powie. Got some big root blast. Oh my god! Oh my goodness, Powie went out with Gloom, immediately getting crashed on by the dots. What is going on? Wait a second. See, Dark is literally joining the dark side. Look at that burst he's got going on. Looks like maybe a bit of procs onto the hunter, took him down, consumed him in darkness. Gloom trying to use the mobility, burning a little bit of his own health just to say onto Sea Dark with a bit of reflect. Sea Dark does end up reflecting that silence onto himself. And Gloom pushing in. Does he have enough damage here? It's going to be Dark back, maybe Wall. May have to use one of those. It's going to be a Fear onto Seavark with a Hunt. Full dots of pop. Does he maybe get to apply all the dots that the Seavark might have gone for Shadow Mode just for a second? Wall as well as Dark Pair is up for Gloom. Looking for a bit of a drain life. May have to go for, I think that might have been a soul burn drain life with a drain soul. He's playing like a big drain build. Oh no, this could be really bad. Seavark take a lot of damage. He may be in a bit of trouble. Got him some shields. And maybe he's playing into the Power Word Life. If he gets ever low health, he could use Power Word Life in order to give himself a bit of survivability. Got himself the main pet. Horror onto Gloom. Is it going to be enough though? Mind Games are after. Does he have the Reflect? He does technically have Reflect. Let's see if I can just give himself some sights. There's going to be a silence before the Reflect can come up. Mind Blast 1. Mind Blast 2. Gloom trying to go for a bit of a drain with a Mortal over Seavark. He does not have a Trinket. So Gloom needs to see if he can line up a Reflect at a right time. If he can Reflect at a good time, he'll be in a great spot. But I think the man might just die to that anyway. Oh! My goodness, Seavark looking for a quick recovery as the Feral charges up. Doesn't want to give Seavark an opportunity to recover at all. There goes the Disperse before Dampening goes super high up. So that's going to be Seavark's big defensive. Wants to maybe use that Disperse in order to at least get some dots on a Lazy, deny him any kind of stealth. Immediate Trinket by Lazy from a Fear into a full stun. Got himself a Barskin Shadow Crusher on the corner to See You Dark. Got himself a little bit of PI. Wants to go for damage. Mind Games, try and make sure he doesn't get interrupted. Mind Games to the Lazy. All those bleeds are going to end up killing you a little bit. Definitely needs to go a lot more aggressive in terms of self-healing. Silence on the Lazy. Are they trying to prevent from any kind of heals of his own? Lazy could be in a bit of trouble of his own as well. Big Horror Bolts onto Lazy back to back. Actually does get to connect all of them. All of them crashing down. Quick stun onto Seavark for just a second. Does he have any more survivability? Lazy is kind of low on health. Trying to see if he can fight through the Shadow Priest damage into Quick Fear. Seavark trying to catch up a little bit of healing. Lazy super low on health. Could be potentially like Secret Rage. Does go for a wall. See Dark dropping in a Shadow Crush, but the bites back to back. Man, that was so close. Lazy with that wall. Decided, you know what? I need to stay in there. I need to get super aggressive. I need to finish it. Wall this off and hope that I'll be okay. Had to get super aggressive there. That was so good for Seavark though. Oh my god, boys. That Shadow Priest popping off. I think it has. It could be real. What was that burst in the open on a Hunter, by the way? That was insane. And just the rotting damage. Has to be playing like a prog-based build, right? Lazy got himself a bit of a bear form resetty. With Panda for life, got leg sweep, Lazy with a bark skin. Is it going to be enough though? Big Serenity, Fist of Fury locking it down. Can you escape the Fist of Fury? Get it parried out. Try to see if you can leap away. Is it going to be enough though? One more hit. Oh, Panda does end up knocking you back. And Var got himself apparently a different build. I don't really know what kind of build he's got going on, but I am interested. Hand of Freedom as Panda trying to stay aggressive with a Fist of Fury early on with a Zoen, either Prog Zoen or like a real Zoen. Might have been a real Zoen from last competitor. Var got himself a big defensive with a Shield of Vengeance. Panda looking for a bit of recovery behind the pillar. Looks like that was a full Zoen off the bat. That was a real one. So, and you played also, I also Delight, Invoker's Delight. Is that what it was? For big haste buff? I guess that Ledger is still really good nowadays, isn't it? Var goes in for a blind onto Panda, trying to see if he can cut him down while he's blinded. Stun to follow. Do you just fight right through the Karma? I think he wants to. Looks like he was able to break through Karma fairly quickly as Panda started taking damage into his health, but Karma only absorbs a portion of the damage you would take into your health, and only a portion of that goes back to the enemy. Var may be in a bit of trouble though. Bubble out. Panda needs to go for full recovery. Defensive's coming back up very soon. Dampened Harm at the ready. Leg sweep to follow as well. Also has Diffuse Magic. Could potentially use Diffuse Magic. It's just watching Var just charging at him. Got himself a bit of that flash of light. Panda needs to go for some sort of healing behind the pillar as well. What is that Night Fae ability? Why? I do want to know why when Walkers use Night Fae ability is the talent choice. Maybe there's some kind of like a big combo. Maybe it actually gives them like big survivability or big damage. I am very interested to see what that does for them though, because I've noticed a lot more of you guys been using it. Never was a popular Covenant back in the day, but now as a talent, apparently it gets a lot of play. Big star, big hit, Strike of the Windlord for Panda. Next few hits are going to discharge natural lightning damage back to Val. He does pop a bop for just a second. Panda with a big defenses, full cooldowns at the ready, but looks like it's going to be Var trying to see if he can lock it down to single stun. Is it going to be enough though? Panda got himself dampened harm, trying to reduce a lot of the damage, offsetting it into the defensive. Maybe could use even a defensive stance as well. It's going to be that Night Fae ability, the Fae line dropping in into an incap right after as Panda looking to reposition. What is this Night Fae thing? It gotta be doing something, right? Gotta do something. It has to be doing something. It gotta be like a big heal over time or like a just damage increase or something, anything. Diffuse Magic with a Karma. Panda trying to make sure he's completely covered. Var got himself lay on hands to give himself more survivability. A 29% dampening. It's going to be a very, very weak heal, but it's going to be Shield Avengers that breaks very quickly. Does Var have himself a go? He's kind of limited on what he can do. Stun to Panda. Is this going to be enough? Does he have the damage? He needs all the damage in the world. Is that going to be enough for Lexium? Turning it around onto the Paladin. Panda trying to see if he can roll out of there. Judgment. Oh! Actually, Hammer of Wrath, knocking him down at the very, very end. Bobs away to sprints out into full camo, drops on a freezing trap on the water. I like how he just sprinted at him into a sniper shot, double tap at the ready rapid fire. I don't think there's anything Valor can do. Unless he got himself some survivability, he's going to need wings or something, anything, trying to see if he can get around the corner. Oh, the dots are on you. I feel like you need to dispel yourself. Oh, you need a heal right now. You need a heal instantly. That or a CC on the bombs away, but he could trinket it. Got himself a little bit of a heal. Kill shots. Oh, that's so brutal. Does he have a second one? Blind? Does he trinket it? Stun. Oh, Valor might have actually given himself a break. He might have been able to break away for a second. Got himself a judgment into a little bit of holy power. Is going to try to go for self-healing while he can. Flash of light and word of glory is all he could really do. Scatter shot. Is he trying to go for some damage? Wailing arrow. Oh, the kill shot taking you out. Naughty is going to be the last one left. He got a couple of boys to get through him. The hunter, the warlock, as well as the evoker. As bombs away, it looks like he wants to reposition with that freezing shaft. Trying to see if he can back up out of there. Revy, what are you doing? Revy, get out of there. Revy's kind of, I think Revy's just bored. I think he just wants to play. I think Revy's just bored and wants to play. Gonna be that dwarven racial trying to give himself a little bit of survivability. Charlotte Shell as the demon hunter presses the offensives. And the DH wants to stay on bombs away as best as possible. Using all the fell rushes, retreats, stun immediately before bombs away gets a chance to make a play. That's why Naughty wants to take him out before any kind of dampen he's got to worry about. Gotta be Viserys up next versus Naughty. Is it going to be enough though? Full damage at the ready. He got himself maybe sleepwalk. Does get to CC him. Is it going to be enough though? Is it going to be enough damage? Does he get himself line of sight? Looks like trying to see if he can blast him out. Big breath into Eternity Surge. Into a root right after. The center gets. Could those be enough? Metamorphosis by Naughty with the Darkness Follow. Trying to follow up with a hunt right after. Got himself plenty of survivability. But that deep breath is going to do a lot of damage to you while stunning you. Immunity by Viserys. Can Naughty even get healing while immune? I don't think he can. He needs to do damage in order to be able to get healing from Viserys. Slaying the demon, catching up full health, and that's going to be a demonic soul that's going to give him 20% more damage. Viserys looking for a little bit of recovery. He may want to get as aggressive here as possible. Naughty, plenty of damage. Metamorphosis gives him survivability. Lots of output. Viserys needs to make a play at some point. Trying to go for a deep breath. Is it going to be enough of them? Bit of damage. Sleepwalk into... Does Sleepwalk cancel out the deep breath? I think it may. Or fire breath. I think it does cancel out the dot. So if you put a heavy dot on him and put a sleep, I guess it does kind of mess with your damage output, doesn't it? Big kill for Viserys, but the stun is going to lock you down. Sleepwalking last second, but the blade dance completes fully, and Rev is going to be last one left over for the team one. Can Naughty fight through Rev? If the guy gets enough demon procs, maybe. But Rev got that succubus out between the two. You can just always put it succubus kind of at a distance, so you could always veer off Naughty all the way out. Naughty goes in for a eventual retreat. While he's in mid-air, he actually is immune to CC and takes like 75% less damage. So maybe can use that big damage reduction while in mid-air and demon procs to potentially catch up on health. He's definitely going to need in himself a demon form. Whenever he gets a demon spawn, he needs demon form. Also needs to be proactive with that CC. Does pick up a demonic soul. Wait, did he just have a demonic soul waiting there? The demon is going to get him out of that CC though, out of the succubus. That's going to be Rev. Trying to see if he can reposition. Good slay the demon in case he wants to. Trying to go behind the pillar, avoiding the fear. And that's going to be the enemy succubus right next to him. What is the demon doing? Wait, hold on. Naughty? Did Naughty just go for a shot him out? The demon's reset? Wait a second. He does need to slay it to pick up some healing off of it. Big hunt, but that's going to be a second miss on that hunt as the soul fire is going to connect. You already picked up demonic soul, so much you can do about it. Cancels what we're after with a shot of fury. The hunt does go through, but he's trying to see if he can send you way out there with a full mortar call and the port. Naughty though did get a bit of damage towards Rev. Rev is kind of hurt. Stun, trinket for Rev, ports out of there. Naughty does get himself yet another demon spawning in. What is this spawn? What are these lucky spawns? Slays it, gets a bit of health, steal a demonic soul on the ground somewhere. He could pick it up to get himself a bit of healing. There it goes. Stun on both the pet as well as Rev into a big cleave. Fear by Rev needs to establish control and gets some damage onto Naughty. Naughty charging away. How's it going to be considering hitting him? The man just made so much recovery. He was in so good. But just a few hits from Rev get him so low in health. My goodness. And we're about the open. Just waiting for Naughty. He could send out the succubus in there, but I think it was to keep the succubus ready to CC Naughty as soon as he gets in there. He wants to wait. Naughty needs to poke out and get some glaive tosses onto Rev. He needs some kind of damage. Metamorphosis to immune the mortar coil. Could be a succubus CC. Doesn't have a trinket. I think Rev might just have him here with a soul fire. Unless Naughty somehow survives it. I'll be very surprised. Stun. Bonza fell. I think it's over. Oh, he tried to go for that eventual retreat. Maybe that 75% damage reduction would help him. Maybe that would have been enough, but nope. So close though. So close. Well done by the DH. Almost came back, boys. Almost came back. Crazy. 8% neutral input at full stomp? That's nutty. Wait, 8% more damage? Is that what it is? 8% more? That's actually not terrible. Oh, yeah, it's almost like a 10% damage buff. That's not bad. Is that a buff you can basically maintain at all times? Or is it just like something you want to proc before you do damage? Because, yeah, I mean, if you get like that stacked up with all the other buffs, that could be pretty good. That could work pretty well. Well done, boys. Let's go. Massive. Okay, Dal, done for the night GDs. Thanks so much for having coming by and check. So, Dal, what's up, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Are we done for the night, boys? Because it looks like Team Rev is done. Team Rev is done. I guess we're done for the evening, yeah? I do got to get some work done myself anyway, so there's that. Walker Knife, it gives us 8% increased healing and damage with 30 seconds, which you can reset when you fight back in the area of effect, as well as giving us what would be close to instant VO5 heals worth. Really? Okay, that's actually not terrible. Wait, that's actually kind of good then. I mean, the whole, like, you gotta stand in place to get value from it, it's kind of sucky. But, like, the rest of it is pretty good, too. Maybe see a Red Dog on the channel this week. Excited for the videos? Me too, my guy. Me too. Boris is ready. Does Boris and Alex have a team? Actually, chat, we'll call it there, man. It's like 8. I gotta get a lot of work done tonight. We got a lot of big stuff coming up on the channel. So we'll call it here, man. We'll call it here. We got a lot of games this evening. Last night was a ton. Today was a ton. Tomorrow, I am not sure if we're streaming tomorrow or not. I will see. I do want to eventually go back to having Thursdays and Sundays as a day off. But, man, I've been having a lot of fun in this expansion. A ton of fun. So, I don't know, man. I'll need to think about it. I'll need to think about it. That's be Mad Burst. Would be a good feature of something you don't see in a bit of. CyberPowerPC with Seavark? Yeah, I mean, I want to see what the hell he did there. I'm actually very interested. That was awesome. I love the amount of variety we saw tonight, man. We saw monks, we saw rogues, we saw warriors, we saw mages, druids, we saw there's a warlock, evoker. We saw evoker tonight. Yesterday I don't think we saw a lot of evokers, but tonight we saw a bunch of them. Paladins. I think we saw just about every class except for Death Knight tonight. Yeah, there was a lot of Death Knight yesterday though, with Jesus and those teams. So quite a bit of variety this week in general. Take a day off, I want to make sure of it. I think you've hit your limit. It was shared awesome since alpha. I mean, I've been having a lot of fun with streaming though. But yeah, I'll need to definitely think about it. But boys, thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate you. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. You guys have a wonderful evening. Let me finish you off guys off with a good song. Ending song like that's not the one I like. Is that a good one? That's a pretty good song. That's a good outro music. I should give you guys an outro. Okay, let's save it. Okay, well if I didn't save it, I saved it now. There we go. Have a good one. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming by. Super fun hanging out with all of you. Next week, more duels. Friday for EU. Saturday for NA. If you guys want to get some ults up and running or try a bunch of different builds, bring them in tomorrow or next week. You guys are more than welcome to. I would love to see more builds, more play styles overall. But yeah, gearing right now for PvP is so easy. Get yourself the honor gear, prep a bunch of ults before the expansion launches. Now would be the time to do it. You guys are awesome though. Thank you all so much. I'll see you guys all either tomorrow, but definitely Monday. Alrighty, boys. You guys have a good one. Peace.